my back end. Oh, there it is. Okay. Go live.
Nice.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. We're this is it, dude. We're cooking. All right, we're
Here.
officially in the kitchen. And we are doing it. And
Yes, we are.
yeah, I'm excited personally.
Yep. I'm here. I will say that.
Yeah.
I am indeed here. So
Do you want to jump right into it, or do you want to like take a little buffer with Black Clover? Like, how are you? You know, I think the question that's been permeating throughout the community, right? Because dude, I don't know if you saw it on like the last couple community tab posts. That's like been the recurring question. If you go to the one that I posted on the honored ones with Jim
Mm,
Halpert,
yeah,
all the comments are just, "Is BR okay?"
dude.
Bro, everybody's like worried about you.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Y'all should be. I'm hurting right now.
Yeah, dude,
Um,
we had to talk him off the ledge. It was bad.
and Justin Williams,
Please,
thank you
thank
for the $20. Appreciate it. Thank you.
yeah, you're
This
the
is going to be this is gonna be an interesting one, man. This is gonna be a Ooh, this is gonna be a hell of a chapter to talk about. But first, as we usually do, I think we should talk about Black Clover, right? I think
obviously. Yeah,
we
we
should get that one
gotta
out of the
ease
way.
into it. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, of
I
course,
like the
of
little
course.
panel with Lucius holding over the world. It reminded me of Horikoshi's thing with Shigaraki and Deku. You know the one I'm talking about, the cover. I think it was for a Jump. Uh, uh,
And it
yeah,
became a volume cover where they're like both on there.
yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
I
about.
just like that line work slash style of drawing. Otherwise,
Yeah.
the chapter occurred.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this, as far as I've seen, it's basically been exactly what I said would happen last chapter, which was like, I like kind of like my quote unquote criticisms is like Asta saves Sister Lily. Feels like that plot point, just came and went really quickly. Which is fine, I guess, but not much more than the full resolution of that happened, and I guess Asta's gonna go. He's gonna go beat up that dragon.
Yep.
Um,
He's
any
gonna
votes on how long that's gonna take? Like
yeah.
a chapter?
And he's gonna fight God, which, by the way, crazy reveal, like that Lucius is just combining all of Zagrata's siblings' abilities, and he's like, oh, he can make people from scratch now. I'm just like,
Mhm.
okay, so Asta, Devil, right, is gonna take
Mhm.
down God. It's like so on the nose. It like circles back to just like funny.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It is so fucking. It is gold.
Yeah, bro. It's Funky Monk. Thank you for the $10.
Oh
My
my god,
shoulder's here
bro.
if you need it.
Oh my god, I almost spit on my
Um,
tea. Thank you,
I,
Funky Monk.
I, I'll say this, bro. Keep that shoulder ready. Just keep the shoulder warm, alrighty? Because I'm not there yet. I haven't been pushed to tears quite yet. But as soon as we start talking about the chapter, I may get there. So like, just keep the shoulder warm for me. Um, but
Dude,
yeah.
I'm so
Yeah.
excited. I'm so freaking excited for this episode. Like, listen,
Yeah.
Black Clover, 6 out of 10, whatever, right?
Yeah, pretty all right. So does that mean we have to talk about the GGK chapter now?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, My Hero Academia didn't have a chapter, so we can't prolong this any further. Even in chat
Mm.
as we speak, the common sentiment: Are you okay?
Okay, I'm gonna just come out and say it. No, I'm not. This chapter deeply hurt me. Okay, so let me just go over like we could go over the chapter and my emotional state and how that went as like a two-parter if you guys want, right?
Let's do
So
this.
obviously starts off like we as the audience know Tsumiki is just insane. Something's wrong, right? Something did not go the way Megumi planned, which just as a general rule of thumb means shit is starting to hit the fan, right? Megumi's a pretty smart guy. So if he's caught off guard and he's panicking, to me that's a sign I should be panicking too. And panicking I was, right? We see them like we kind of get the more initial reunion, Megumi still being like very closed off, very dark, blah blah blah, typical Megumi stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sumiki like laughs in like a weird like eerie way, but like it's nothing too crazy. And then Yuji talking about wanting to die, all that stuff. I'm like, okay, okay, we're we're Gege's cooking, he's cooking, we're building up to this. And then Sumiki does that like Mahito Sukuna elongated face laugh, and Megumi just looks fucking devastated, man. Like, I don't think I don't think we've ever seen Megumi look like this. Like the fucking panic, the worry, the stress. Listen, chat, at this point, my heart is thumping because I'm like, this is what we're here for. This is what the whole Culling Games has been for. Like, aside from unsealing Gojo, this has been the biggest reason we've been supposed to care about this arc, right? Megumi's sister, like the entire thing. So now it's like, and then Megumi just starts thinking, he's like, shit. Why did I assume that Sumiki was awakened, right? And not an incarnate? Because incarnates have the same memories and can impersonate them if they want. And Megumi just caught off guard, right? So the incarnated sorcerer is your
Oh my
Yorozu.
god, Funky Monk.
Oh,
Thank you for the 5 and B. All I gotta say is
yo.
Reggie was spit. That's crazy. You're just. Oh my god, it's already started. Oh, dude, this is
Listen,
brutal. This is just.
listen.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
okay, okay. Anyway, listen. I had to. I think I don't know. I got dizzy for a second. Let me continue. Um, so Megumi like Yorozu apparently Yorozu is them, him or her, because I don't know, but their immediate thought is, I'm alive, I haven't fought in 1,000 years, and the first person I want smoke with is Sukuna. Huh? What? Sukuna? The first guy, like you're revived, right? And you think, you know what I want to do first? Stretch my limbs, warm up. Sukuna? That's insane. Um, yeah, dude. Um, that was already like that already is kind of a wild bomb drop because like when Kashima did the same thing of like I want to fight Sukuna, I was like, oh, you're real. I can tell you're real because you don't want to fight Sukuna if you're a bitch. Like if I may, you just got to there's a certain level of quality that you got to have as a fighter to want smoke with Sukuna right out the gate. So
Yeah.
my bet is Yorozu unfortunately is strong as fuck, and that person is incarnated inside of Sumiki's body. So that's gonna be tough to deal with. By the way, there are three super chats. M3D, thank you for the 5. Don't peep how Meggy was frozen with the whole chapter until Sukuna
Whoa.
came out. Yuji and Angel were moving, but he never moved. I peeped that,
Yep.
and I'm sad. And Megumi devastated. He's devastated, and I'm devastated. But
Marcos,
yeah,
thank you for the 2. No break next week. Let's go, dude. I'm
yeah, bro, I'm
so
sick.
excited. I'm so excited because I think naturally, right? Like let's disregard theories. Let's disregard like basically everything emotional about this chapter for one brief second, and I want to ask something, right, to you and to our lovely chat here. Also, Citadel, thank you for the 10. Ronan is in one of your previous videos. You stated that Sukuna wasn't the best villain in the series. With the newest chapter, has he become at least top 2? Because man, he was a menace this chapter.
Top 2 in the series. Like, so Sukuna as it's not that I think Sukuna is bad. Like, I've always had a high opinion of him, but I think I still think Mahito's better. Like, don't get me wrong. I think Sukuna more than has the potential to surpass Mahito, especially given like the hatred department because of what he's done to Megumi. But I think like it's tough because I don't know if you guys have been watching consistently, but I've also grown to like and appreciate Kenjaku a lot more. Um, so I would say he's 2 or 3. Like that's probably where I'd place him. And even that's kind of tough because there's just a lot of good antagonists. You know what I mean? That I like for like a lot of different reasons. But Sukuna, like my opinion of him, has it's changed. I will say that. I don't know if it's from a narrative standpoint, it's for the better. From a personal enjoyment standpoint, I hate the guy. I want like if I could throw hands with him myself, we would be boxing. But I will say he's becoming much more a villain that I'm much more invested in now. I'll say that. So yeah,
Uh,
thank you for the 10.
so yeah.
What were you saying? No investment, no emotional stuff.
Right.
What?
We gotta like it's Sukuna, so we gotta just assume that he's like more so than planning out any other action. What cruel thing is he gonna do? Right. So I have a couple theories of what he's gonna do immediately.
I
One,
thought we said no theories. What
no,
you
no, no,
talking
no.
about?
It's less of a theory and more like a prediction, right? Because this isn't related to the story. It's more like he has to do something just like very fucked up in Megumi's body, just because like it's in character for him to do so. My
Mm,
my money, right? He uses Megumi's body to kill Sumuki
yikes.
and like the sorcerer dinner. Um, that's where I think this is going.
Yeah.
Two, he's probably gonna make Yuji watch. I don't know, cut off his limbs and like drag him along to have that be a spectacle. Um, yeah, I got a lot of fun ones for Sukuna.
I don't even think he has to do all that. Like, to be honest, like, if Sukuna says, come with me if you want Mega to be safe, Yuji will stay. Yuji will be like, oh, yeah, yeah, okay, okay, okay,
Yeah, but
okay.
Sukuna, Yuji knows better than anybody. Like that's cap, bro. Like Sukuna off the leash. Like
Sure, but what other choice does he have? It's not like he can box Sukuna. Like, Yuji has and if he wants, he can try to make a binding vow. Now, we saw that one last time, but, uh, I don't know, man. Like, Yuji doesn't really have much of a choice. But, okay, so I'll say this, right? I'll say this. One thing that, like, after the initial like trauma that was induced from like Sukuna like incarnating in Megumi. Like here's one thing I'm not really worried about. And I'm
mm,
not worried about Megumi's immediate death. Like people are like Megumi's joining Toji, blah blah blah, Megumi's done for. Like done for is
wow.
different than dead. I get it, but the one thing I'm not quite worried about right now is Megumi dying for two reasons. One, um because if Megumi was going to die as a specific result of like incarnating Sukuna's body, he would have done it already. Like we wouldn't have even seen the tattoos manifest. The reason I can say that, like I feel pretty confident saying that, is based on chapter one, in which Megumi's like, when Yuji's like freaking out or whatever with the curse charging him, Megumi's monologuing to himself, and he's like, people can't just be vessels for Sukuna, like not most people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like there's a 1 in a million chance that Yuji has the ability to contain Sukuna and like survive the incarnation process. And then when Yuji like Sukuna rather slices the cursed spirit up, Megumi confirms not that controlling Sukuna is the 1 in a million chance, but that surviving
Surviving.
for Sukuna to incarnate. So that means that as far as we know, the death part is like we're past worrying about Megumi dying from a result of like incarnating for him, right? Like that's
Yeah.
not what we should be worried about. The problem is that Sukuna is the one driving, and
Yeah.
we don't
And
know if
that's an
Megumi
important
can take the
distinction.
wheel back.
Yeah, and I think that's like super important because if you remember, right, the 1 in a million shot was just for survival of like like you said, not instantly like exploding or whatever, right, upon eating the Sukuna finger, and I think the main I don't know misdirect there is that this is based off of like presumably precedent, right? Like people might have eaten Sukuna fingers in the past, and the 1 in a million shot was like based off previous experience, right?
Mm,
My kind of theory is that Yuji was designed to be a perfect vessel, and the
mm,
perfect comes in that he can like maintain control. Like Sukuna can't just take him over. Just even it's not just about withstanding Sukuna's personality, his abilities, right? It's about like literally containing him, like keeping him away. For Megami, right? He's a compatible vessel in that he just doesn't explode upon
yeah.
devouring Sukuna, but he's not a perfect vessel, so he doesn't have control.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that seems to be like what a lot of people are thinking, like because even Sukuna incarnates in Yuji, he's like whatever, whatever. But Yuji being able to take back control is the like extra
yeah,
surprising thing. It's like the what? Gojo's like, oh, huh, oh, we can use you then. Like you're useful. Um, yeah, okay, slightly off topic, but $5 from M3D. Kenjaku says Sukuna chooses his vessel, which would explain the 1 in a million through him rejecting the body. That's also like a very good explanation. Like that would also put to bed a lot of the like I think problems the community has of like what's the likelihood of Megumi and Yuji being able to survive. But if Sukuna's 1 in a million things is like just being picky,
yeah.
um,
I think
then or maybe even like Yuji's extra special because Sukuna can't reject Yuji
yeah.
and kill him.
Yeah, like the
That
main
might be
thing with
something like
Yuji
that
is
as
like
well.
he has full control over the body. Like he is the like I don't know the dominant personality, right? Like he can
Yeah.
he can basically switch with Sukuna at will, like to some detriment, as
Mhm.
we've seen. But generally speaking, right, if he doesn't want Sukuna to come out, he's not coming out. With Megumi,
Yeah.
that doesn't seem to be the case.
Yeah. And like obviously we haven't seen him in that body for that long, so we can't say for sure, but like the thing that you have to consider is that I think Sukuna probably and like you said, from this point on, after ripping off his finger, it was a gamble. Because it's technically possible that Megumi can, but I think it's highly unlikely. And it's highly unlikely from like a meta narrative point, from the standpoint of Gege probably would not have Sukuna come out in this manner, jump into Megumi's body so dramatically, only to get sealed back up and like shut up again. You know what I mean? It just
Yeah.
doesn't make sense from like a narrative standpoint of like you're the author, you're making this important Sukuna moment happen. You're probably not going to have it stop right away, right?
Yeah, like
Um,
you definitely want, because like Sukuna's been off like he hasn't been off the leash since like the first episode, really, or the first
mhm.
chapter. So this is kind of like Sukuna in rare form more than it is like him typically coming out, you know?
Yeah.
Because you
Also, Citadel, thank you for the
five,
five.
yeah,
Sukuna looks so much more evil and cooler in Megumi than he did with Yuji.
spit.
His black hair goes extremely. See so that's what I was saying. So I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter, but like I read the chapters early because I had been getting fucking spoiled
Mm-hmm.
left and right. I was like, if I want to not know the exact contents of this chapter out of order, I gotta just read it when the scans come out, right? So I read the scans, and the first thing I tweeted, I said, "Fuck you, you one
One-eyed.
eyed, you one eyed cat," and that was just like that pretty much encompassed my knee jerk reaction. But in the replies to that tweet, the one thing I was like, listen, if I put my immense grief to the side, Gege was cooking when he made Sukuna Megumi, bro. I don't know if this is a hot take, but Sukuna Megumi over UG Sukuna.
Dude, I'm
Like that's how I feel.
not only does the design pop off, right? Just on its own, right? I got a feeling, and we talked about this briefly, but dude, dude. Oh, thank you, the Kogane. Oh, wait, is that? Oh
Live.
shit. Nice.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
but does this mean Maharaga is tamed due to Suki? That I thank you for setting me up for that. Yeah. Uh, does this mean that Sukuna now has just like all of Megumi's techniques? For because like okay, another prediction, right, is just
Mhm.
he's just like, okay, Maharaga, let's do this for real while I'm me. He tames Maharaga, like just repeats what happened in Shibuya. He becomes the
Mhm.
first 10 Shadows user to fully awaken the technique, right? And he
Mhm.
just goes balls to the wall. Because I'm thinking, right, he would do that if he only gave Megumi like one finger's worth of power, meaning that
Mhm.
like generally speaking, the majority of his soul is still in Yuji.
Mhm.
Uh, and he'd need some kind of buff, right, to make up for that deficit. And I think Megumi's technique is like honestly, it's the implication, right?
For
If
someone like Sukuna,
yeah,
I think a better technique is more useful than higher physical
yeah, that's
stats.
what I'm saying too. Not only that, right, but we've seen Megumi's techniques of domain expansion be barrierless, but it's due to its imperfectness. Now that Sukuna, the truly divine technique guy, right,
Yeah.
is at the wheel, I can only imagine the heights he's gonna take Megumi's powers, dude. Because the implication, if you follow this line of logic, is Sukuna with fully awakened Megumi techniques is equal to 14 finger Sukuna for him, right? It was enough of a gamble for him to just like sacrifice a finger. I'm using air quotes,
Mhm.
right, on Megumi.
Yeah. Yeah. It is so okay. So here's the thing, right? So chat's asking, can one finger Sukuna beat Maharug? Like okay, so two things, right? One,
With
you have
Megumi,
to look at
yeah.
this Sukuna. You have to look at the Sukuna as a different thing, because like there's that, right? You have to give Sukuna like he has more curse energy, right?
Oh,
So
sorry.
imagine
We just missed the
go
dono from
what's
N3D. Thank you for the
oh
two.
okay.
How easily y'all think he'll get the last fingers? From Yuji, I don't know, cause like it seems like he's the like Sukun is the only one that's able to make new fingers like when he's at the wheel. So
Yeah.
unless and the whole point, right, is he can't make Yuji do anything by force like that,
Mhm.
unless like the Sukuna in him like is still there. So then you have two Sukunas, and then he just uses Enchain again and just kind of like rips off the rest of the fingers. But then Megumi just ate a Sukuna finger, so like I don't know, man. It seems like
Yeah.
he has to explain what's going on with like Sukuna's consciousness.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? One finger of Sukuna inside of Megumi, obviously assuming he has the techniques, is significantly different than one finger of Sukuna inside Yuji. But it is something we were thinking about before, right? So we see that like when it comes to vessel host or like incarnate host relationships, cursed energy and the Jujutsu Kaisen power system seems to deem them as like one individual,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like there are two souls residing in one body, but like for example, ain't like Hanakarusu just has Angel's techniques,
Right.
right?
But
Like
that seems to be like a
even though
consensual
yeah,
kind of relationship based off of like their
sure.
respective personalities. Yeah.
I think even with this, like um how would I say like Gojo says that Yuji's supposed to develop Sukuna's techniques, right? Like all of these things, Sumiki has obviously like by force, like when Yorozu shows up, like that stuff. But I think in the Culling games, Sumiki is entered in as her own name, right? It's Sumiki. That's
Mm-hmm.
why Megumi didn't know. Hanakarusu is in the Culling games as Hanakarusu, but Angel is still part of her, and they're like both in the Culling games as one player. So something I was thinking about is does Sukuna's defeat of Mahoraga, does that ritual get kind of like retroactively turned as Megumi beating him, right? Because of the way like they fuse, right? So like to put it a little bit simpler is like Sukuna defeated Mahoraga in Shibuya, right? Now, the reason Megumi didn't tame Mahoraga after that is because Sukuna came from outside the ritual and he was not one of the people that was inside that could help Megumi tame him. Cool. But what happens if after the fact Megumi is Sukuna and Sukuna is Megumi by curse energy standards? Does that retroactively mean that Megumi
Or
did
yeah.
kind of beat Mahoraga? And if Megumi did kind of beat Mahoraga, then that means that like a Sukuna Megumi combination would have Mahoraga as a tamed Shikigami already. Which we could see Mahoraga versus like Sukuna
Sukuna.
round two.
Yeah.
That's very possible. I wouldn't be mad at that. But I do think that like with the way Cursed Energy has been set up to like look at these two people as like as the same entity, we might be able to see like Sukuna just summon Mahoraga and it's just a normal not a normal Shikigami in terms of power, but in terms of like utility and in terms of like being sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Like being subservient to him.
Yeah, and Maharaga is definitely no slouch. I think if there's
Mhm.
definitely a vertical or like a possibility for Sukuna like a master Megumi's base techniques and his like other Shikigami, then taming Maharaga, he's made up for a lot of the deficit. And I think this leads into a popular sentiment that that I'm seeing in chat here. And Funky Monk kind of Funky Monk. First of all, thank you for the 5, but kind of puts it bluntly here when they're like, I think Sukuna put all of his power into one finger. Now I've been thinking about this, right? This whole like who is the dominant Sukuna, why did Yuji's markings disappear thing can be a couple things. One, Yuji's markings could have disappeared to kind of symbolize like the transference of consciousness, meaning that there is only one base Sukuna consciousness, right? That's one theory, right? The other theory is that the minute like expired. It could just be as simple as like the Enchained thing just ran out. It ran its course.
Well, the thing about that though is Yuji's always had the marks under his face, even when Sukuna isn't doing shit. You know what I mean? Now I
mm,
agree that it could be the transference of personalities. I'll put it like this, right?
but
Like the
like
reason I'm pretty
sorry,
confident that there can't be
I
two
do have a
conscious
third
Sukunas.
reason. I do have a third reason. I just want you to have like the full scope of like my argument here.
Okay.
So the third reason could just be like the fact that Yuji himself, as like the perfect vessel, couldn't handle all these fingers at once. Really, kind of
hmm
signals to me that like and you know, no offense to Megumi, an inferior vessel would probably
hmm
like there would be some detriment to having him consume all of 15 finger Sukuna, you know, plus time buff where he's gotten stronger over the years, right? It seems
Yeah.
like too big a gamble, right? Because I think when Sukuna was like, "Oh, let's see if the gamble works," he might
hmm
have been referring to hurting Yuji himself, like with breaking off the
hmm
finger, or he could have been referring to like if Megumi was a compatible host, right? Because
hmm
if it was quote unquote worrying about Yuji's harm, right, then it would mean that Sukuna didn't even consider the possibility that this merger with Megumi would fail. Like it was just like a non-question. But if he was worried about Megumi being a compatible host, then he would probably take the safer bet, and like the one finger he puts in Megumi's mouth is one finger's worth of Sukuna power. So I think that's
Yeah.
like yeah, the discussion
And
there.
correct me if I'm wrong. Like, obviously, we've been seeing some unprecedented things in this chapter, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Have we ever gotten the implication that Sukuna can have more power in one finger than another? Um, because like
Hmm.
the whole thing narratively has been Sukuna's power has been not. Now, I'm not saying that they have to be like each finger is like a sort of like linear boost in power, but what I'm saying is, have we seen that Sukuna himself has the ability to like grant all of his fingers or one of his fingers all of his power, right? To me, that's something like does that like are we saying that Yuji is completely free of Sukuna? I personally don't know if I'd go that far. Like I'll say it's kind of up in the air. Like it could be the like consciousness transferal because
Hmm.
I don't think we've ever seen like do the finger bearers don't have that like slit on their eyes or anything like that. Like they don't have that marking. And they have consumed Sukuna's fingers on screen, right? Like we see that two things that have parts of Sukuna inside them can coexist at the same time, but only one can have his consciousness, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then at that point, right? It's like, let's say he did transfer all of his powers into Megumi.
Hmm.
There's no point in keeping Yuji alive. I mean, obviously, like I don't doubt Sukuna would kill Yuji just for the hell of it,
Hmm.
but like there seems to be like a kind of there's a reason he didn't just like instantly kill Yuji like he did with his inner domain, right? With slicing off
Yeah.
his head. Excuse
Hmm.
me. Because it seems like Sukuna is either setting up for something very sadistic or the next panel is him just I don't know starting to kill Yuji or something like something about Sukuna's like presentation to Yuji in Megumi seems to kind of like imply that he's trying to go for like a more malicious like psychological torture approach with Yuji.
Hmm.
So to me I'm like what are you cooking, bro? And then
So okay, so here's the thing.
mm,
Somebody asked like why would Sukuna risk the like transferal of like power into Megumi right after Yorozi said she wants or they want the smoke or whatever,
yeah.
right?
So like
Um,
Sukuna's timing and all this is also very curious. Like
yeah,
why
so
now?
there's like a plethora of answers. The one I just like just from like from a sort of entertainment standpoint. I'm not even saying this one has the most credence to it, but like if you think that Yorozu actually does have the power to back up, because one, like unlike Kashimo, they're a Heian era sorcerer, right? Like it's more likely than not that since they come from 1,000 years ago, just like Sukuna, they they may have seen him like and not just seen him like they may have been like in that world with him, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying they were stronger because Sukuna is like just dead confirmed the strongest in
Strongest,
the Heian
yeah.
period, right? But they are aware of Sukuna's power and they're like, okay, yeah, knowing that, like not just knowing he's strong, not just knowing he's like the big bad, but like being like fully aware of what he looked like in his heyday, they're like, that is the first person I want to fight. And chat, I don't know if you got this too, but like the first kind of implies to me that there's not only like that's like it seems like a warm up, not even a warm up, maybe that's crazy, but like it seems like an indication of there will be more. Like fighting Sukuna is not the intended end for Yorozu. Whereas with Kashimo, like we kind of get the implication that what Kashimo's looking for is
A
not
fight to
necessarily
the
to beat
death.
Sukuna, but he's yeah, he's just looking he's like, no. Sukuna's gotta be the only guy that can give me smoke.
Yeah.
Like really, like when I pull out this technique for so like Kashimo kind of looks as more as this like dude, just give me like for my last fight, just give me something interesting. But Yorozu seems to be more like a no. This is the first of multiple fights, which I find to be interesting, right?
Yeah.
Um,
It's very it would imply that there's a kind of secondary culling game of all right, now that the strongest ones are left, it's going to be them versus Sukuna. Which
ooh, bro.
yeah.
Nah, listen, bro. All I'm saying is I don't want to listen. I in a lot of situations, no, actually, I can. I mm-mm. Yeah, no. So like the thing I was gonna say is like maybe since Sukuna is at 15 figures, maybe he knows Yorozu because Yorozu said like, yeah, if you're an old, basically if you're an old head, you'd hear about me, you
Yeah.
know who I am, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So if Sukuna, no, I don't think Sukuna is ever gonna be nervous, like
Yeah.
scared, but he may know that like, oh, I just need to get stronger, and he's like, okay, Yorozu's here, everybody's confused, like this is a strong person. I'm going to need, if I'm going to only be 15 fingers, I need to be 15 fingers in like in a real, like, no disrespect to Yuji, but like in a
No,
sorcerer
so
that may have the technique that
technique,
I
yeah.
want, right?
Because like
Yeah,
the techniques are
let
like
me
the
tame
real, yeah.
Mahoraga. Yeah, like let me tame Mahoraga. Like this physical strength shit's cool, but I like, and this is just headcanon again. I really doubt that Sukuna is going to get such a debuff in physical stats that it's going to be like people are going to be like like looking at Sukuna as slow or some shit. He's gonna probably be slightly slower, slightly weaker, if that even has like a very direct correlation. I don't
Yeah.
know if we've ever had that confirmed,
My guess is he's
but
probably gonna be like maybe three finger UG level in Megumi's body, just because I think it was Gojo in like early describing Sukuna's fingers who said something like, uh, he, consuming a Sukuna finger just amps you if you're a curse. And
yeah,
presumably if you're like a suitable vessel. So
hmm
an amp on Megumi, who is already kind of relative to Yuji, like in you know in an inverse way.
and like
Yeah,
overall, yeah, and an
yeah,
overall ability,
right. With like a Sukuna buff means that I think at minimum his physical stats are now like at least on par, if not higher than Yuji's own. With
yeah,
the added benefit of just having this insane technique at his disposal. You
yeah.
know? Yeah.
hmm Um, I will say, okay, so I'll say, man, dude, like, okay, so this is something that actually got me kind of excited, right?
Hmm.
Like in spite of once again the immense grief, um, Kreams, you may know the panel, like, cause someone started talking about like Maki, Angel, Kashimo, like people jumping Sukuna, right? And then
Right.
like how they'd lose, and that's like whatever. But I just thought about like, and this isn't gonna happen, like, but it's something I tweeted about a really long time ago. But like one of the things I would just love to see is like a like one last like Bleach inspiration type of thing, and it's where like a Sukuna comes out and like all the strongest characters that we know at this point like jump and like you know how the visors like pin Ichigo down
Yeah.
when he's like freaking out. Like I'm not saying that'll happen with Sukuna, but it would be just from a pure headcanon, just from a pure like Jesus Christ, that would be so cold. Like if Maki, Yuta, Kashimo, because Maki should be on her way, right?
Hmm.
Like what's crazy is because Maki was supposed to escort Sumiki, so as soon as she noticed that like Sumiki just appeared right there, or it's like that she wasn't with her, I imagine that she'd be running over. And God, bro, Maki coming over to see this, I'm like, dear Lord, bro.
Yeah.
Dear Lord. Like,
But okay.
I'm just,
I'm
oof,
I'd
man.
like to see that too, but I would like to mention one thing.
Mm,
In Gojo's same like speech that I mentioned earlier, right? He
mhm.
it wasn't one of the things he said. All the sorcerers and like gathered all their forces against him in unison, and they still lost.
I don't know if it was like if it was like a team up thing. I always looked at it more as like a like everybody fought
Like they were running the
everybody and
gauntlet.
he was
Yeah.
yeah like that he was like everybody. It's more like Sendai Colony like and like to me like maybe like some people kind of teamed, but I always imagined it as more of like everybody wants smoke. Sukun is the one that came out on top.
I see.
But
Also, thank you, Caliber X4 for the 5. Possibly dumb question. Could it be Yuji is heavily restricted and only has cursed energy because he ate the Sukuna finger? I think that's a question for Kenjaku, aka his creator slash father. You'd assume, like, it could be a case where, like, a hypothetical condition for making Yuji would be to, remove his curse technique abilities, which is a pretty, like, mid condition or limitation, all things considered, because Yuji, like, he's kind of that guy. Like, like he still has cursed energy. He's still pretty physically gifted. He's not like Maki or Toji level, obviously, but like he's no slouch, which I think is like very
so
important.
So the thing is about that is like we kind of know that Yuji has to have had cursed energy before Sukuna's consumption,
Mm.
because he saw cursed spirits. Like we know he saw cursed spirits before he consumed Sukuna's finger, um, and like that requires like unless you would argue that like He had like a perfect heavenly restriction that's on the levels of Toji's, which he clearly doesn't.
Yeah.
Um, he has to have some level of cursed energy, like a basic humans amount.
Mhm.
Like like because we know that regular people can, like non-sorcerers can just be like, Jesus, what is that? Like,
Yeah.
so
Like Yuji's
Yuji did have to have
definitely.
cursed energy.
Yeah, but Yuji's like physical capabilities, I think, make up for the delta than I think most people. Like, let's say for Yuta, right? Uh, he has so much cursed energy that frailty wise, right, or not frailty,
Mm,
but like he's just not. He doesn't have the same base abilities, base strength as Yuji, but he has so much cursed energy that he's able to like go like well past that, right? So
yeah.
let me ask you a bit of a complicated question, just so we could like properly
Okay.
scale Yuji. Do you think Yuta was like amping himself with enough cursed energy to like okay, was he going all out just physical amp wise with Yuji? Like or do you think he was just
Uh,
fucking with him?
I don't think he was going all out. And the
Right.
reason I don't think he was going all out is because, like, if you want a quick scaling reason, it's just because, um, like, we see that I think someone like Ishigori does more damage to Yuta in like any time they come into contact with each
Mhm.
other. Um, then like, and obviously like Ishigori sees him as like he's like fucking hard to damage, right? Or he's like whatever, whatever.
Um
He's tanking attacks from like the highest curse energy output. Not tanking, but like he's blocking them with his bare hands. I just don't think Yuji's on that level.
I see. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like I don't mind that take because like then there's like immortal Hakari scaling above that like just narratively or being said to at least. And Kashimo kind of like sort of scaling relative to that because he wasn't like completely overwhelmed with Jackpot Hikari, and then like it's safe to say that neither of them are on the level of like physical prowess as Maki and Toji, so
Yeah.
it kind of it's very funny to me that like is set like this limitation that Kenjaku would have hypothetically placed on Yuji to make him is just it's almost useless like
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of like playing with the higher up sorcerers and curses and all these like different players is that
Hmm.
man dude Yuji was really only built to like house Sukuna like at the end of the day like I can't get over that like he has some talent right as a fighter as a like combatant whatever right but he's not
Hmm.
I don't think he is so inherently special that like he serves this function beyond just being Sukuna's vessel, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's why Kenjaku made him. Uh,
Hmm.
but if what Gojo said about him absorbing Sukuna's techniques turns out to be true, dude, dude, Yuji with Sukuna techniques versus like Megumi in Sukuna. Okay, that's gonna go crazy. Let's read some of these
Dude.
super
Ugh.
chats, bro. Metaphorics, thank
Okay.
you for the 5. Sukuna doing all that just to get. Nope, I don't want to read that one.
Uh,
Yeah, that one's for you.
just to get so you're gonna doing all this just to get no diff by Miwa. See, I like you, man. Um, but yeah, you spit. The thing is, I think Miwa's probably gonna be preoccupied with killing Kenjaku, so it's
Ugh.
kind of like it's gonna be tough.
Funky
Funky Monk,
monk.
thank you for the 5. Yuji about to get the gravity technique from his mom. I think some other people bring this up, so if they do, we'll kind of like
Mm,
tackle it all in like one successive thing. So,
mm.
hard Krish. Do you see Yuji awakening his inner curse technique, his mother's gravity curse technique, or Sukuna's? Or just Sukuna leaving and an awakening? And then real quick, only positive is that MKK is possible due to rules. See, I don't know what that means, but I like you said MKK in the message, and you didn't say that it was wrong. So like, I'm assuming you spitting. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Now,
So yeah,
do you want to address the? You want to address
mother
the like?
gravity
Yeah,
technique.
curse.
I don't think there's
Mhm.
any kind of foreshadowing or setup for it. In fact, I think the whole reason Kenjaku has it is because he is Yuji's mother. As like simple as that sounds, like he was physically in that body. He got that technique, and all he did was just use the reversal against Yuki. And there's also the fact that Kenjaku just seemingly has way more cursed energy to power this technique than, let's say, Yuji does. So I think even if he gets it right against the opponent like Megumi Sukuna, like that combatant hybrid, whatever,
Mhm.
it'll amount to nothing, and also he'd have to learn it on the fly. Like it's just such a like Yuji is not very good at like these very technical techniques right? That's he's always been kind of a brawler.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think the technique he would like if it's like a pick between one and the other, you probably would rather Sukuna's techniques anyways.
Yeah,
Like just from a pure like practicality power standpoint.
yeah,
They're just
they're so good at like killing. Like that is
yeah.
like Sukuna has arguably the best technique for killing his opponents or as many people as physically possible, right?
Hmm.
Like his domain being like the best example, right? He's like he wanted to kill people so bad, right?
Hmm.
He wanted to kill people so bad. He learned how to paint on air just so he can expand the radius of him doing so. 200 meters, dude. He, he was catching some. He was doing some crazy numbers. Is all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. So
Uh, yeah,
there's a lot of interesting question. It's kind of tough because I'm trying to think of like how to approach them all in like one kind of coherent way.
yeah. Also,
But Ninja
Citadel,
asked like,
thank you for the
oh,
5.
okay.
How OP would Sukuna be if he bonded with Hakari and gained all his luck? And do you think Hakari will have any role in the final fight? I think Hakari will have a role in the final fight. Whether that's with like helping out Kashimo, which I don't think Kashimo would like for all that's worth, but
Mhm.
I definitely think there's a moment where Hakari would like need to hit the jackpot, then like join in with Yuta if they were gonna go that way. There's many roles Hakari could play in the end, right? Because like he's got a pretty
Yeah.
solid technique. As for Sukuna giving Hakari his powers or taking over Hakari, eh, it's fine. Like I've always
I
thought
so
like
yeah, I
yeah.
okay, so let me just explain like to me why it's not that crazy
Mm,
because okay, what does it give you? It gives you like infinite curse energy which enhances your physical stats, cool, and then it gives you like reverse curse technique that's like automatic, and it's like cool. Sukuna has half of the. No, he doesn't have automatic RCT, but he doesn't seem to. He seems to be a pretty like well versed practitioner of it. Like to the point where he can like do it accidentally. And then the infinite curse energy is like definitely a buff, definitely a bonus. But I think its simplicity kind of doesn't work in Sukuna's favor. I think like having a more technical technique and a technique that allows you to like, okay,
yeah.
just imagine for a second, right?
Mm,
He has because Megumi theoretically doesn't have a like limit on how many Shikigami you can have out at once,
mm,
except for his cursed energy level.
yeah.
So imagine you got Max Elephant, once again, Sukuna made,
Mm,
Divine Dog, you got the Toad Shikigami, you got
yeah.
Nue,
They'd
you
be
got
like
like
Sukunified, all of them. Yeah.
and yeah. And
They'd
then you have like someone said earlier, a malevolent Chimera
There
Shadow
you go.
Garden.
Dude, that's
Jesus
crazy. Yeah,
Christ.
dude.
Jesus
Like
Christ.
that's
Who
like
it's
he would not be as
disgusting.
strong as he would be in Megumi's. Like Megumi was like the proper like the most dangerous person he could have Sukunified aside from like
I think
Gojo or
yeah,
something. Like
Gojo,
yeah,
Gojo or Yuta, like those are the only two other people in my mind that like would have been if he had the potential to better people to like force feed a finger to. And Gojo's just not gonna happen because one, he wants to kill him anyways, right? I
yeah.
think that he wants that
Also,
smoke.
like
And I
Sukuna
don't
can
think Yuta
blitz
would
him in
yeah.
base. Like with
Yeah.
Megumi, he's able to overpower Megumi relatively easily, to like
Mhm.
force feed him that finger. But with Gojo, it's just not gonna happen. I think same with
Like even
Yuta.
if you think
Yeah,
yeah, like I was gonna say, even if you think like Sukuna is like significantly stronger, you have to consider the fact that in this moment, Sukuna does not have the ability to hurt someone.
yeah,
Um, and he has 1 minute. Like, I'll say this, regardless of your opinion on Yuta versus like 15 Finger Sukuna, I'll say personally, I think you are smoking some great shit. If you think Sukuna, while not allowed to hurt people in a 60-second time limit, is force feeding Yuta something.
yeah.
Hell no.
It it
Not
dude,
happening.
Rika's not letting that happen.
Yeah, Rika's just nah, not happening. Mm-mm.
Funky Monk, thank you for the 5. Creams blast from One Punch Man. He about to do gravity knuckle, dude. If he combines like let's assume he gets this gravity technique, right? Just to humor this idea, right? If he combines it with like a black flash and it's like a super gravity black flash punch, sure, he might be able to like inconvenience Sukuna or something, right? He because like the whole point isn't like, oh yeah, he can't hurt Sukuna because he's like invincible. The whole point is that he can't hurt Sukuna because like getting to the point where he's able to like harm him like on equal footing, like catching him off guard, outspeeding him, overpowering him is already difficult, right? Not impossible, but just difficult, right? Sukuna has so much like reverse curse technique knowledge, right? He might as well be Hakari in terms of like jackpot Hakari in terms of like how unkillable he is. Like the whole point with Sukuna is that his reverse curse technique is so good that even at like what 2 fingers with the womb with the cursed wound.
Yeah, the finger bear.
Yeah, with the finger bear, he just accidentally healed Yuji's hand on reflex.
Oops,
Yeah,
I gave you your hand back. Shit.
yeah, like I didn't mean to do, like it was just like second nature for Sukuna.
Yeah.
Also,
The DJ 2001.
yeah.
Thank you for the 10. You think Yuji changes his mentality after realizing that by not caring about himself, he caused Megumi to become possessed? It could. Like, this could be the start. This
Yeah.
could be the start of his development.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yuji's already been so depressed that like at this
Mm.
point, like Gege's just punishing him. Like
Yeah.
Yuji has so little left to give. Honestly, what this is, right, is kind of reinvigorating Yuji's passion for life, only in the sense of like, oh my god, I have to make up for this, then I can die. Because the whole point with, and I'll try to like, say this like with tact, right? The whole thing before this moment was Yuji kind of being like, okay, after this is the right time for me to go, right? Like I'll thank Megumi for everything, but like that's a wrap for me. This has to be the end. And Sukuna kind of took that away from him, which is what my personal theory is why Sukuna chose now to do it. I don't think he gives a shit about Yorozu. I think he like Yuji was like so close to getting some level of peace that he was just like, okay, my time is up because like I either lose one finger or like 15, right? Which is whatever, right? And I think Yuji was kind of forcing his hand, assuming he can read Yuji's thoughts. But like, that's a whole
And
other.
he can.
Yeah.
We know he can. Like at least it says memories, but like I think that means more of like you can tell what the person is thinking.
Yeah.
Or has thought in the past.
So
Yeah.
that's my kind of theory with Yuji for why Sukuna did it at that time. I don't think Yorozu was forcing Sukuna to do anything, because like I just think it would imply that like the whole point with Sukuna, right, is that he doesn't have plans in the conventional sense of like chasing some broader goal. Like he's not Kenjaku, right? His plans are just like to do whatever is on his whim. He like in the words of Nanami / the narrator, he lives by his own pleasure and displeasure.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah.
think fucking with Yuji, running this gamble on Megumi it's just like the perfect storm of Sukuna to have his fun. And while you read these super chats, I really need to go pee. Like the stream, guys.
Will do. Let's see. Caliber X4, thank you for the 199. Yuji Uraraka for what do yeah, I mean if he gets anti-gravity then he might as well be. And then Ivan, hope you get back from your depression arc soon, man. But thank you for the 5. Two of my favorite characters combined in one body. There's just like Greedling from MFA, Full Metal Alchemist again. Hype. Yeah, I will say it's cool from like just a seeing what they're gonna do perspective. Like, man, it's gonna be interesting to see what's up. Oh man, dude, there's just so many potential ways this can go. Because like, if Maki shows up, I'm like very worried for Maki's well-being. It depends. It depends. Like I will say that like if Sukuna only has one finger worth of power, even with the 10 shadows, I will say Maki has more of a chance of like getting Yuji and getting Angel and getting up out of there than if it's like a full 15 finger Sukuna. Because 15 finger Sukuna is just like, ugh, that's just nasty business. I will say that. What happens if Megumi ends up dying? Oh well, me and Gege are gonna have to have a word. So we just gonna have to have a talk, a little bit of a chat, if you will. But like I said earlier in the stream, and knock on wood, I guess, but I personally am not all that worried about Megumi dying right now, because as crazy as this is to say, right? As crazy as this is to say, I think that like currently, in terms of Megumi's body, like I won't say his psyche, I won't say his mentality, I won't even say his soul, right? But in terms of his like physical body being safe, being incarnated by Sukuna is probably keeping his body as safe as it could be in the Culling games. Like, as crazy as that sounds, as weird as it sounds coming from like the resident Megumi fan, like in terms of like body preservation, at least being Sukuna is being pretty safe. Like, if I may, right? Like that's all I'm saying, right? Yeah. But I will say, like, Sukuna being able to make rules into like that too, because he's in Megumi's body, is also kind of interesting. Yeah. Yeah, how safe is Megumi Soul though? So like that's something that I mentioned. Like I can't really guarantee that. Like I think Megumi's distraught, devastated, decimated, like betrayed. Uh, I mean, not by Yuji really, but like kind of in the sense that like Yuji's uh actions in the like in Sukuna's innate domain, Yuji's lack of care for himself got him got him Sukunified, and then Sumiki's all over the place. Like I will say this, like Megumi is going through it right now. He's going through it right now. He's dying on the inside. Um, how do you see Takaba versus Sukuna? Like I know we meme around about Takaba like having a technique that could even affect Gojo, but in a real fight versus somebody that's out to kill him, I can imagine Takaba getting like invisibly having his like okay. So I could see the fight like Sukuna being like entertained and like maybe amused by the jokes and by the regeneration and by like the super strength that his jokes give him or whatever. But I honestly think as soon as Sukuna decides, all right, fun's over, and he hits him with an invisible slashing technique that just takes his head off, I think that's kind of where the fight ends, personally. Yuji said stay away, so his fault. Yeah, but then Yuji changed his mind and went with him, so like, yeah. Megumi is indeed in shambles right now. I will say that. Is anybody else flat out not worried about Megumi? No, but the rest of us have hearts. We care about our goat. Well, not Megumi's not everybody's goat, but he's my goat for real. Yeah.
I heard the Takaba thing, and I just wanted to say, man, if Sukuna ever got his hands on Takaba's or Mai's techniques, like if they got Sukunified, damn, dude, you're just making Sukuna some kind of deity.
Takaba, I feel like Takaba's technique would not work with Sukuna very well. Sukuna does not seem like the type to like make a bunch of jokes.
I mean, Sukuna's not serious, right? Like he's the things he finds funny, right, are also in character for him. So like the problem would be him figuring out the technique.
Yeah. Takaba is literally a building away. Man is simply going to meme Sukuna enough to save Yuji's ass. Imagine Takaba's like, would it be funny if none of the Sukuna just died?
Dude, if Takaba was like, damn, wouldn't it be funny if this didn't work, Sukuna? And he was just like, what? And he just like swaps back into Yuji forcibly.
Yeah, he's like, well, that wasn't what I accounted for.
Yeah.
Megumi is the strongest now, so it's a win for you. This isn't how I wanted it to happen. This is, you know what's funny? It is funny though that like we were having this conversation like a couple of streams ago about like, dude, it's not possible for Megumi to like get that much stronger in that short amount of a time. Well, you know,
yeah, looks like
he's
we
there.
were.
I mean, not we. You were wrong. I was right.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately.
So we got to talk about the elephant in the room.
What elephant in the room? We've been talking about a lot of elephants in a lot of rooms.
All right, I guess we got to talk about the max elephant. Dude, you set me up for that so well. Did you do that on purpose?
Of course. I'm like a master of improvisation. Come on now.
All right. So what I was gonna say is, I'm sorry, Gege. I doubted you last stream, right? I slandered you. I said some crazy stuff, right? I was wrong. I was simply wrong. Like I didn't see the vision. I'm also, I will say though, super disappointed that you're actually committing to this whole end the series nonsense. I don't agree with that.
I simply disagree. Like,
yeah.
Chat, you know what's crazy? We were talking about, we were thinking, right? What if, hypothetically, Gege watched and he just saw the slander, and then he's like, I gotta just show him that I'm really Gege Akutami for real. But then he picked my character.
Yeah.
He punished me. I'm the one who got the divine judgment from Gege's pen, and I stood by him. I was like, listen, this chapter, listen, he's a goat for a reason, right? We're gonna believe in him. Kreams especially didn't believe, right? He didn't. He simply put was a hater. He said he told me in private that like JJK for him is like a 5 out of 10. It's kind of getting washed up. He's not really liking the direction it's going, right? All this kind of different stuff.
All I said was I just wanted like some time codes, bro. Like that's it.
Yeah, bro. You said he was washed. You said, damn, bro, this is the beginning of the end for JJK. And I stuck with him through thick and thin. I was by Gege's side, bro. And guess what? I got snaked.
Okay.
I got snaked, bro. And it's like it's crazy because like why me? Why me? Like in my head, I'm as strong. So why am I getting this kind of hate? I
Why
don't know,
am
man.
I still getting hate? Economy.
Yeah. But yeah,
Dude,
Gege was harder to disrespect.
Bro,
Me?
one time he got disrespected one time by the Honored Ones podcast collectively, and he decided to like switch up on us. That's crazy, dude. Gege's always been a
Gege
fan.
is treating you like Gojo.
Oh my god. Oh,
that's
over,
a bad fate, bro. Yeah.
Bro, what are you talking
man.
about, Silver Soul? We always give out the timestamps. We've just been cooking with something else that I don't want to spoil yet.
Yeah, bro. Listen. You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy to you? You know, like Gege got me for because even after this chapter, I'm like, well, I guess I'm tuning into the next one. Bro, I am depressed. I am struggling. Throw me a bone, man.
Punishment for the MKK agenda, BR. Thank you, M3D. Now Sukuna's gonna pack up your other dude.
The only other person he could pack up really that I'd be worried about is Miwa, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Let me ask you something, right? If Miwa and if Miwa and Megumi Sukuna are about to clash, right, equally, of course, naturally, right, according to you, and they both take each other out, is that it? Like, just all the JJK videos on your channel, unlisted?
No, once again, money, but like I have no more reason to. What further reason do I genuinely have to read the series if Megumi and Miwa are out of it? Like, can we be real? Can we get serious for a second? Like the only way Gege could possibly like Mahito would have to come back for me to read it again, bro. Like
wow.
There's just like Megumi, Miwa, gone. Mahito's been gone. Who am I gonna read the story for? Yuji? Okay. Yeah, okay.
Gojo's still in that box. He's out there.
Yeah, bro. Listen. He's gonna be in that box till the end of the series, bro.
Yuta and Hakari.
Yuta's dope. Yuta's Hakari. Yeah, you just. If you had just said Yuta, I might have agreed, but then you ruined it. I don't care about Hakari like that.
Love Hakari,
Kashimo. I might say for Kashimo.
Hakari is
to be
literally
honest
the
with you.
fucking goat. I'm sick, dude.
Yeah, you are sick. You're mentally ill to have that opinion. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, it's very interesting that you don't like Hakari, bro. That's wild.
What do you mean by that? Why should I?
He's just a funny guy. He's charismatic.
Yeah, okay,
He's got a great ability.
What I thought. Yeah. Yeah, because it sounded like you were drawing some other correlation between me and Hakari. I wonder what that was gonna be.
Listen, bro. All I'm saying is
nothing, right?
All I'm saying is restless gambler, right? Peak domain. Right, peak ability, peak combatant,
you're insane.
Peak fight, peak character.
Yeah,
like, there's
bro,
just something about him, bro. I just like, I love Hakari.
It's no Hakari hate. It's just like if you ask me for a top 15 JJK characters list, he not in there. That's all. That don't mean I don't hate him. He's cool, but he's not a manga mover, bro. He's not like I'm not getting out of bed to read a manga where Hakari's the center focus, bro. It ain't happening.
I am, bro. Hakari's that guy.
Listen. That's fair, right? Look, think about the caliber of our JJK reading. You doubted Gege after one or two okay or bad chapters. I knew he was still a GOAT. Your opinion on JJK related matters is provably inferior. Alrighty,
I do not know.
You reading Hakari? Yeah, nah,
bro. I do not know how I feel about chat just getting me like this. Cause like some people are already mentioning the tier list, and I'm like, y'all, I thought I was more subtle.
Yeah, nah, bro. Yeah, not subtle at all. You were kind of.
I was Kubo, bro. Like I was that subtle.
Yeah. Okay.
Man. So. R.I.P. or no?
For Megumi? No. Megume's still in it. It's sad that Sukuna is going to be having the wheel for what I can only see to be the indefinite future, but Megume's still in there, depressed, crying maybe.
Up.
But like you know what's crazy, and I said this last stream. Like as much as it's going to hurt, it's funny. It's funny because maybe I'm looking at this all the wrong way. Maybe this is like maybe Gege gave this to me as like my cross to bear. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like you know how I'll put it like this, right? Yuji pre Shibuya is not as good of a character as Yuji post Shibuya. Can everybody agree?
Okay.
Is that the consensus? Right? Now, What was the difference between pre-Shibuya and post-Shibuya Yuji? Extreme pain and anguish, right? Ridiculous
I
amounts.
feel like there's a ceiling that naturally has to be hit between the amount of grief suffered and the amount of power ups given. Because I feel like after the Black Flash and definitely after the whole Demon God thing, I think that was just the right amount of tragedy for Yuji to like power up. Unless like this just elevates him into like, if he just magically develops a curse technique off of this, dude, I don't know. I'm not doubting Gege
Listen,
anymore. I've paid my dues in that regard, but
yeah, so stop. Yeah, but listen. So what I'm saying is this, right? If Yuji got that great of like a character amp, and I mean he turned into a demon god throughout the course of Shibuya, right? Like listen, it's gonna be painful, right? I'm probably gonna be crying next stream and the stream after that, and like when it's been like 10 chapters and I haven't seen Megumi or something, right? But guess what? I trust that Gege is going to take all of this trauma, right? All of this pain and suffering, and Megumi's gonna become a goat out of it, bro. Like now it's gonna be set. Like don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm going to enjoy the process, right? But Jesus didn't enjoy bearing the cross either, if I may. Sometimes necessary evils need to happen. Alrighty.
so let's get into like theories and predictions for you then. All right, like you've had time
Theories
to
and
grieve.
predictions.
Let's grieve is probably the wrong word for you. So you've had time
I've
to,
just been wallowing in
yeah,
sadness.
wallowing is more accurate, right? So I'm
Mm.
curious if you come up with any kind of like, not copium necessarily, but theories about how you think this is gonna go.
No. I'm confused. This, like, I'll say this, right? Like, I knew that Megumi needed some pain and suffering to like grow. I thought Sumiki was gonna be it, right? I thought that was gonna be the thing. And then Gege, he hit me with the one, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I was ready for that punch. I got a nosebleed. My face hurts, but I was ready for that one. And then, boom, I got hit with the haymaker in the jaw. Boom, knocked unconscious, sleepy, dazed, right? That was the Sukuna one. I'm like, listen, I am willing to admit that Gege has absolutely hoodwinked me. I have been
Oh
deceived,
yeah, dude. I remember you were like, oh yeah, he's
befuddled.
got to pull a Yusuke Murata and redraw this. This is a fake chapter. The secret ending is coming.
Yeah, no, the fake. Listen, chat. I first real quick, Skinny Boy, thank you for the 10. Funny enough, I feel like Hakari in the clutch will be more helpful than Yuta. Like Yuta outright one fight is more helpful for sure, but the unpredictability with Hakari would definitely come in play. Listen, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that take. Can we have them fight together, please? Because
Yeah,
I'm
for
gonna be honest
safety.
with you, like for safety. Like, bro, listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. Like, if this is a 15 finger Sukuna level Megumi Sukuna whatever, for safety, Yuta, Hakari, Maki,
Jackpot Hakari,
Choso,
obvious.
Jackpot Hakari, Choso, I'm going to need you to get out of your depression, and I'm going to need you to be a sniper for the team, all right? Because, like, listen, in a close quarter, you're not mixing up with Hakari, Yuta, and Maki, right? But you do have a nice, really fast sniper shot. So if you could just snipe, just support, right? Maybe listen, I I need the Avengers, bro, because like
Don't forget Choso's still out there. He's ooh.
I said Choso.
Oh, right.
Bro,
Man,
bro did not. Bro
I'm
just
so
was not listening.
no. You know what it was? I was like trying to go down the list of other characters that could have joined in, and I think I looped back around after not finding a single fucking person. Because like,
Bro, there's not many.
oh my god,
There's not many, bro. Like, what is Yuji gonna do?
damn,
Yeah.
looks like he's gonna cry. Bro,
Listen.
why am I
They all
being
get wiped
so
out by
mean to
one
Yuji?
malevolent shrine. That ain't happening, bro. Listen. They're not. Listen, Sukuna's gonna put his hands. What am I fucking talking about? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Listen. Sukuna's gonna try to put his hands together to do the domain, and them knowing that will be all over. They gotta stop him. Like they listen. You know what? I'm going to ignore that Sukuna has a domain expansion. All right. Outside of that, now they're still, dude. God, they're so finished. I'm so, I'm so sick, bro. Oh, I mean, like it's going to listen. So here, I'm so conflicted, right? Because it's going to be so ridiculously cool
It's
to
gonna be
see
amazing. It's gonna be a
to
spectacle,
see
dude.
like to see Megami slash Sukuna like throw down. but Jesus Christ, man, it's gonna because I like Megumi's my favorite character, but I like other characters too. So when if Maki pulls up and gets like, oh, you got one arm now, well, listen, I like Maki too. Like, can we, Sukuna? I know this is kind of your shtick. I know this is kind of your thing, but could you tone it down? Could you relax? Dude, maybe you know what we need? Nah, you know what we need? Listen. Now I'm gonna spit some. Higuruma pulls up, opens the domain, right? He says, "Listen, Sukuna, you're on trial for mass murder."
Bro is writing
Sukuna's
fan
getting
fiction.
packed up.
I'm so sick.
Hold on.
Chat, this
What's
man-
the prop? Hold on.
Pray for this man.
Chat. What's the logical flaw in what I just said? Domain expansion from the jump. Sukuna's getting confiscation. Bro has no technique. His curse energy usage is messed up. Maki, Yuta, Hakari coming in. Listen, they can beat up a like no technique, wonky curse energy control 15 finger Sukuna, if I may.
Let me ask you something, right? Let me greet your logic with my own. What is Sukuna's technique? Name it.
It don't matter. It literally doesn't matter.
No. Is it related to, unrelated to, or like completely different from the fire, for example? It seems like Sukuna's bag of tricks is like the natural antidote to getting his like main curse technique confiscated. And that's assuming, right, that his main curse technique isn't the fire thing. Let's like it could be the dismantle and cleave like blades of
I think they're all part of one thing. I think they're all related to one thing.
Maybe. Or he could have two.
And if they are, bro's packed up.
Like, do you think it's beyond Sukuna to have more than one curse technique? And if so, do you think like Higuruma's domain would like it wouldn't take both? I feel, because I feel like with best logical sense, right? 3 retrials, like one for the initial technique. If Sukuna figures it out, wants a retrial for some fucking reason, and still loses.
So here's the thing: he will lose, right? Like Sukuna will So here's the thing: that makes me confident about this Higuruma bullshit, right? There's no feasible reality in which Sukuna can win a trial because this man is just a criminal at large.
Yeah, but
bro.
he wouldn't lie. Like that's also the thing, right? Like
it doesn't matter if he says I did it, right? You're still guilty. If he lies, he's still guilty because you'd have proof. Like the thing is, like with Yuji. The reason he got it confiscated is because he admitted to something when there was no need to, right? The proof that was had, like the proof that existed, was not conclusive to the crime. Sukuna is catching bodies left and right, bro. I promise you, there's no way somebody. I don't know. Listen. Obviously, I'm joking. I don't think Higuruma is going to be out here and like save the day like that. But
it would be nice to see him, contribute. That hammer. Ooh.
When he throws that at him, bro, all I'm saying is I think it may hurt a little bit.
Yeah, I mean the 10 shadows ain't prepared for the hammer of justice.
Yeah, Megumi learning Sukuna's techniques would be cool. I don't know if I think that'll happen because that may also be another property of like Yuji's vesseldom.
Yeah, I think Yuji's still special, right? Like I don't think this necessarily detracts from like Yuji's existence because that would just be like it would almost kind of be pointless to some degree. It's like. There's more than one vessel for Sukuna at any given moment, and then at that point, try to find them. Then gather up all your strongest sorcerers. Hell, gather up Gojo or Yuta. Let's say Yuta or something. He'd probably be more receptive and hunt them down. Be like, okay, sorcerer, we're gonna lie to you about going to this location and what you're doing here, right? But I'm gonna just need you to eat this finger for us real quick. Gojo or whoever's like fucking purple. He's like, all right, 19 more to go, and you just kind of rinse, repeat.
Yeah. So, yeah, dude, I don't know. Like, there's just a lot because it's like okay. So I'll put it like this, right? Mm-hmm. So I've by the way, I don't know if we addressed Melon Lord's $2, but I need to see a 7-7 pull from Hakari. Bro, he will need every jackpot in the book. That's what I'm gonna say.
Bro, he can never not be in jackpot against Sukuna.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I was actually gonna talk about, City Boy. Thank you for the 5. Thoughts on Gojo versus Megumi seemingly happening sooner than later. So
Gojo's still in I was gonna say this. Bro.
I was gonna say this, right? Like just not for like the fight happening soon, but just in general. So I've always been if it comes down to it, right? And I don't want to like spark the whole because that could be like a whole video, right? Like Sukuna versus Gojo like Sukuna and Yuji's body, right? I've like just flat out. I've always been a. I think Gojo, like everything narratively points to him, or I think more things narratively point to him, right? Than Sukuna. Well, although I think it'd be like a very close battle, both of them walking away like maybe crawling or whatever. But I think about it, I'm like, if you take that Sukuna and then you just give him a technique that in the past had defeated a six size limitless curse technique user, I think Gojo wins anymore.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be completely honest.
it feels like how do I relate this? Okay, the thing that I'm concerned about with Sukuna making his move is that this only makes the question of Kenjaku's silence or inaction even more pressing, because it's like, okay, dude, now what the fuck are you waiting for? Like make a move. Sukuna's out here. Like, unless Kenjaku planned for this specific eventuality, which, by the way, I think would require too much suspension of disbelief. But hey, I'm open. I'm receptive. I'm not criticizing Gege. Have to make that clear. Almost tripped up there. Then
Yeah, don't do that anymore, bro.
Then I think it remains, the question to be asked is still, what the fuck is Kenjaku waiting for?
No idea.
Yeah, like especially now, like it's if the next chapter is just not like a direct continuation or answer for like what's going on with Megumi and Sukuna, and or panning back to Kenjaku to see why he hasn't dropped the bomb or merged everybody with Tengen yet or blah blah blah, then I think like if either of these two questions is not answered, then I am very afraid for like what the hell Gege thought was more important than these two things.
Dude. So I like, okay. I would absolutely lose my mind if we panned over to different events. That's what I'll say.
Yes.
I need to see this play out for a chapter at least.
Like, bro, at that point Gege will just that's confirmation that he hates the reader, I think. Like he's,
to be honest with you. Yeah.
Like if
because that's insane to do, you know what I mean?
Oh,
like that's just rude. Like that's just rude. But yeah.
I want that kitchen theory to be true so bad. I like the kitchen theory. It's funny. Gojo is strong because he can heal himself. It seems like he's waiting for Sukuna to take his bath. Yeah.
I said Sukuna's mad stinky. We need to get him in here. I'm sick. Ooh-wee.
So, I guess.
Also, I don't know, man. This is. I was just gonna say, like, somebody asked if like the person Gojo was talking about had the six eyes and limitless, and they did. Gojo confirms. Yeah. For the Gojo family, a limitless curse technique user with the six eyes like me. And for the Zenin family, 10 shadows curse user like you. And he's talking about them fighting. Yeah. So, yes. Now that doesn't mean they're as strong as Gojo. Like, I do not want to conflate them having the same techniques as being as strong as Gojo. It's possible, but that's not what that means. It just means that like a 10 shadows curse technique user theoretically has a way around like getting to like the limitless, you know what I mean? Which is like always for Gojo step 1 of like 4 or 5 to beat him.
Yeah, that and there's no subtle way to do that. I feel, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's oh okay, give me 5 minutes to try to get around your limitless, or let me unleash this domain, and it's like. The only person who can fight Gojo is Sukuna, I think, just explicitly, because if you're not going to get past his like bag of tricks, you're probably not going to get past his domain. Like, maybe you can make an argument for Kenjaku for having a more refined domain, but I don't know, something still feels like off.
Yeah, let's see. Gege said Megumi can't grow, but his curse technique can. When did Gege say that? Also, Megumi can't grow.
Also, dude, I want to say, I think I mentioned this to you in VC earlier, but like I just want to reiterate it here for chat. When Gege said, I don't know what anybody else's endings except for a couple characters are going to be, namely Megumi. Bro, we should have known. That should have been the first sign. That, like,
and here's the thing, like, as a Megumi fan, I've always known that it was going to be a treacherous path. You know that, right? Yeah, I've always been ready
Bro,
for the struggle.
a confidence
Um,
Gege planning ahead, like for just him. I'm like, yeah, dude, no. I that means honestly for keeping Gege's character, he thought of it and just had like a Sukuna grin moment. He was like, I'm cooking, bro.
yeah. Anywho, let's see. Oh, he was talking about literal height. Okay, for Megumi growing. I was supposed to say, I was like, what? When did Gege just lie and say no growing anymore?
Would somebody
What?
do that?
Hello,
Would somebody get on the internet and just lie like that?
bro. Somebody got on the internet and lied. Like they broke the rules.
Yeah,
Um,
I can't believe it,
yeah,
dude. I thought we were all better than that.
yeah.
Thank you
Let's
M3D for
see.
the two.
M3D.
Gege also said
Mhm.
Toji solos the verse. Just trust me.
Yeah, and in that author's comment, he said aside from Miwa. So like, yeah, I know what you're talking. I remember the one you said that. Um,
Does
yeah.
this
Let's
count as
see.
Gege slander?
No, it's not Gege slander. I'm not like you. Somebody's talking about
Wow.
like Hakari versus the Spirit, and like, I'll just say this: in Jackpot, maybe you have an argument. In Base, bro gets washed. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even want to like. I think each of the Disaster Curse spirits individually beat Base Hakari, if I may.
Yeah.
Um,
I definitely think like if it was jackpot, he's basically just winning. With Mahito being the only stutter step.
yeah, I don't think I would really disagree with that. I don't know how he'd beat Mahito, but I could see him like making his way through. So like the clear distinction is honor roll Hikari doing significantly better. Base Hikari just
Yeah.
Dagon's
Yeah.
gonna
That
open a
that
domain.
chuckle
He's gonna get
spoke
like chewed to
volumes.
bits. Like yeah,
Uh,
it's not gonna be good.
dude, I just skip last chapter. What happened, dude? I a lot.
Yeah,
Like read
yeah.
it.
Reed. Yeah,
Uh,
Reed.
do you
Mm.
wanna
Maki coming back to her nephew, um, being Sukuna. Yeah, that's nasty work considering all of her family trauma up to this.
not only that, but let's be honest here. Maki needed that buff to go into this fight.
Bro, I'm gonna be so real with you. I'm going to be so real with you. I I'm I like I can't see like I'm thinking, I'm envisioning, right? There's like I don't know. I can't see this ending well.
I
Um
like that, bro. Please, don't give in to despair.
I'm not despairing. I'm thinking, and so far I haven't come to the proper conclusion. Gege, listen, if I don't know, man. I don't know. I Gojo help. What, what do we do? Like, bro? Like, it's crazy because like in moments like this, I'm like, oh man, Gojo will be really useful outside of that damn box. Like Gojo, you would be. I'll take Yuta at this point. Like
Yeah,
just for a sense of like reassurance of like
like somebody come
somebody
back. Yeah,
reliable's here. Because it's like Maki's on her way, but we really don't know where she is yet. And it's like it's just Yuji and Megumi, and it's like Yuji, listen, you're strong, demon god level, right? But bro, give me Yuta, Gojo, help! Like we need assistance, bro. This is DEFCON 5. I repeat, Sukuna is out. Sukuna is out, and he's hungry. So let's get some help out here.
uh,
Um,
also slightly unrelated. Liv, please stop accusing me of misogyny on Twitter. Okay, you can.
don't.
Oh,
Don't because like really you're telling her to like hold like
oh my,
to shut up, to just
stop.
be quiet. You're telling her to hold her tongue and
Oh
not
my,
speak her truth. That's kind of crazy of you, don't you think? Like to me personally, that's kind of insane.
wow, wow. I cannot believe you just said that,
I
bro.
said women don't talk. Bro went to the school of now. Yeah, I'm sick.
All right, so we inviting some guests over, or how we doing this?
Yeah, no. Let me see. No
Uh,
said he couldn't, right?
yeah, no, said he
Did
couldn't. Which L, just kidding. No op, friend of the show. We like
no
him.
L? You were right the first time. No, I'm joking. Um, yeah, let's see. Okay, did you have somebody? Did you have somebody in mind then?
You need some alpha estrogen in the mix, man. That's a crazy thing to say, Liv.
Alpha estrogen? What? Hold on, maybe Naya was on to something. No, I'm joking. I
uh,
did finish the sentence. You can't clip me.
uh,
Um,
and Johnny's I don't know. He's gone on a quest of sorts.
yeah, I think he's doing this like legendary thing, like working on a video.
So we're going there, huh?
I mean, listen, bro. Let's arm wrestle. Bro, she calling you out for real. Um,
Haha, jokes on
anywho,
you, Liv. I don't take losing bets.
eh. You just called her a loser. That's interesting. Um, nah, but let's see. Maki gets cooked. Jesus Christ. Nichols. For the 5. I believe that Sukuna will use Megumi's technique to resurrect his body. I hope in the end it's forearm Sukuna versus Gojo. Sukuna may have 4 arms. I don't know if it's gonna be in his original body.
Yeah.
Um,
I,
he may
I
have 4 arms.
I think Sukuna's original body is just very confidently a thing of the past.
Dude, and honestly, if you're Sukuna, unless you had something special technique, why would you want to go back? You have the 10 shadows right here.
Right? It's like it looks to me like I'm on the up and up. Like Yuji's body was the step down, if we're being honest.
Uh-huh. What was Kreams? Sukuna is weak theory and doesn't hold water now. Yeah, so Kreams had a theory that Sukuna with 20 fingers was an absolute bum.
No,
That's
no,
what
no,
his
no.
theory
I
was.
said Sukuna starting out was super weak, and he kind of like went up the ladder because the whole point in JJK, right, is that your power is kind of predetermined to about like what 80% accuracy. So like you get 20% to play around with more or less. But otherwise your overall potential is set, right? Gojo gets around this via like hacks. And so do most people at that level, or they're just born better, whatever, right? The theory was Sukuna got that. Sukuna's like was different, or he broke the mold because it was like a solo leveling type of thing where he started off weak and then he just went up the ladder and exponentially became the disaster that we all know him to be.
Yeah. Ooh, ooh, man.
Yeah, I'm glad.
You know, every time.
Say that again.
I was just gonna say, every time I scroll by this damn chapter, I just get sad.
Yeah,
I
man.
just get really, really sad.
I gotta know, what was your reaction when you actually read it? I assume it was like a no, no, no kind of thing.
Dude, my heart was racing, and I was just like every page. I think I just got more and more devastated. Like it started off like pretty neutral, like just like my heart was already racing because of the like the contents of the prior chapter. But as soon as like add a rule from Sumiki, as soon as she started freaking out, as soon as like we heard in Chain, I was like, I'm, because I was unbelievably finished, bro.
Yeah, dude,
I
you
think
were fully
I
in
don't know, man.
shambles. I remember on Twitter, all it was just kind of like everybody checking in to see if you were all right, or just like not even seeing if you were right, just being like, "Hey, man, you're clearly not all right. How are you?"
Yeah, bro. I mean, man, I can't. It
the
was
the main
it's been a
thing,
rough couple of days.
dude, you have no idea. Like, cause I'll say this, right? The main thing this chapter signaled to me is that Gege was not messing around when he said he wanted to end the series in like a year. This was an end game level move, and I do not appreciate it, Gege. All right, I thought we were just joking, bro. That was like a meme between friends.
Oh, Dex, thank you for the 5. Now that Sukuna has 15 fingers and the 10 shadows, I think he would go after the remaining 5 fingers. Not. I mean,
Probably.
depends on what they are.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah,
Like
I could see him going after them.
yeah, he has confirmation that Megumi is a good vessel or a suitable vessel, and he's fully in control as far as like we can infer right now. So there's no
Hmm.
reason, his Sukuna's like only obstacle really is getting out of the Culling games or just kind of like trying to find where the other fingers are. He probably could. He probably know where his own fingers are, and just
Yeah.
kind of like get him. But that's
Yeah.
if he wanted to skip fucking with Yuji, which seems out of
Uh,
character.
yeah. Um. Oh God, Liv's coordinates has infected the chat, dude. Jesus. Anyways,
Oh
bro,
wow.
literally told you to stick by. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. You just gonna be like, okay, Sukuna's out. I got it. And when he sees Megan, he's like, what the what? This is this was a little bit different different than what I had imagined, but yeah, dude. Gege, it was just a prank. Dude, listen, I'll say this. If the next chapter is just like him going back and let's just redrawing this one and none of this happens, I will forgive him.
You'll be cool again. Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
Thank you TI7 for XTI7. Sorry for the 5 Canadian dollars because I actually know that currency. Patting myself on the back.
mm.
I think it's kind of funny that Sukuna technically is the head of this. I didn't even think of that. That's fucking great, dude. That's gold. That is actually gold. Yeah,
You want
dude.
me to leave right now?
Oh,
Is that
don't.
what you said?
Nah.
You said you want me to leave? You said you want me to
No.
leave and
Come
never
on.
you never show back up? Is that what you
Okay.
said?
Well, what's the problem?
Because that's hilarious. That's gold. Okay. What about that's tragic? What about that's hard to hear? What about oh no? Like my thoughts and prayers go out to Megumi. None of that. Yeah.
Bro,
Okay.
like all I'm saying is
Yeah,
once
I didn't know we
all I'm
were
saying
disrespecting
no
Megumi
no
on the
no no
podcast.
listen,
I
bro.
wouldn't have showed up if that was the case.
Listen, bro. All I'm saying is that now Takaba's there, right? You don't have to worry. He's got it.
Takaba's finished. Takaba's washed. Takaba don't got no juice, bro. I'm gonna be
Dude,
honest with you.
Sukuna's gonna be like a malevolent shadow garden against Takaba, and he's gonna be like, man, it would be funny if this just didn't work. And then Sukuna's gonna be like, whoa, dude, you're the real honored one,
Jesus Christ, that would be absolutely disgusting.
bro.
Doesn't this take place before Kenny and Yuki's fight? I'm pretty sure this takes place after. No, I'm 100% sure it takes place after. The Shoso's out of there.
Funky Monk, thank you
Um,
for the 5. The sad thing is Kenjaku is still there and can start the merger at any time. Yeah, bro. I wish he knew that. Like, fuck. What's he waiting for?
I don't know, man.
Takaba gonna turn Sukuna's tats into decks drawn all over his face at the end. What are decks?
I dicks. I think was the
Oh.
intended thing for funny comedy. Um, don't do that to my goat. Don't do that to my goat.
Takaba's gonna Heimlich maneuver the fingers. Oh, that's hilarious. That is hilarious.
This is wow, man. This is rough.
So, they're there.
They're there. Hold on? Can we get somebody else on here to like to comfort me a little bit more? What is this? What is this? There bullshit.
Okay.
If there are any Megami sympathizers in the chat, can I get like a can I get some encouragement? I'm feeling a little down. You know what I mean? Like
Damn, bro.
as insane as this sounds, I actually saw this and I was like, stocks for Megami specifically are down a little bit. They're taking about I think it's a
But
15%
wait,
dip.
why would they be
Um,
down? Like, shouldn't they be up?
So they've taken about a 15% dip on account of, Megumi not really being himself anymore.
Oh, that whole thing.
So I've just, I decided to buy a little bit more. Maybe someone call my decision into question, but I'm just really going through it right now. You know what I mean?
Damn. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Obviously, if this was Hakari, my pain would eclipse yours. But, you know.
I'll block. Like I promise you, if you say something stupid like that again, I will block you on every platform that you know me on.
That is so wild, dude.
I will make this swear and never unblock you.
Wow. Funky Monk, thank you for the 2. My shoulder is still here, BR. Oh yeah, Funky
Thank
Monk
you.
offered you their shoulder earlier.
Thank you, Funky Monk. Thank you, Funky Monk. No, it's just been so hard, man. I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it.
Justin Williams, thank you for the 2. Talk about to whip out 1K.
1,000 years of pain on Sukuna. Ooh, I never saw my Megumi stock, so you get it, bro. You understand.
So
Hakari over Megakuna. Okay, so Melon Lord, I know you're in here a lot. You're like a regular viewer, but I will be banning you for that.
just putting him on timeout. All right.
No, I'm banning.
Wow.
No, I'm joking. I'll let you live. I'll let you live because I see you in here. All right, but I'm gonna need you to tighten up, buddy. I'm gonna need you to relax.
So
Yeah.
I guess right. What do you think is gonna happen, like prediction wise? Because you gave your theory, right? I'm curious what your prediction is. Like, what is your version of like, oh yeah, the first thing Sukuna is gonna do is like kill Sumuki and like as Megumi or something.
I don't know. I don't know anymore, man. I really don't. The closest thing is I think he's gonna try to rope Yuji into his shit. Like, hey Yuji, you'll be following me. Me and Liv were talking about that, and she kind of brought up a good point of it was an interesting thing we were talking about. So you know how like Sukuna said like once he gains control of Yuji's body, the first person he's gonna kill is Sukuna. And I not Sukuna, Gojo, sorry. And I kind of like I took that to mean more permanent fashion, like not just like temporarily gaining control, because obviously he would have broken that promise already. But I took that to mean a more like in a more permanent sense. But I was thinking about it and I was like, what does control exactly mean? Like if he just tells Yuji to do what he like do what he says, because I mean, if not, like, is that control? And if so, is Sukuna gonna be like, no, I gotta unseal Gojo now to have the fight of the millennia? I don't know, man. I don't know if that's my prediction. I could see him going to like fight Yorozu because she called him out. I've never known Sukuna to back out of a fight like that. In fact, I've known him to bully people into fights. Like he's like, Jogo, fight me. What? Yeah. I just want you to help me. No, if you want me to help you, you got to hit me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just once. Yeah. It's not too hard.
Yeah.
Anybody can do it.
Anybody, like, dude, come on,
Jogo, you don't have to be a real useless piece of crap not to be able to hit me.
Yeah, obviously he was lying because Jogo's a goat. But you know.
Chat, you gotta join me in my shock here. Apparently, BR just dropped some crazy lore. He said Jogo is one of his favorite characters.
Yeah, see, that's how I know you're not like really my friend, or like you even know what I do in general, because like I talk about Jogo being a goat all the time.
All the time.
Yes, all the time.
Mr. I can't pick a decent opponent to save my life. That guy.
Listen, the first time I will admit, right, Jogo did just have a nasty luck of the draw, right? But Sukuna sought him out, right? You can't really say no to something Sukuna proposes. Like, let's be real. If Sukuna says to anybody in the verse except like Kenjaku, Gojo, maybe Yuta, right? Like maybe accepting those three, like at how strong he was then. If he says to do something, you simply have to comply.
I'm just saying, bro. If it was Gojo,
look at him. Look at him.
He would have won.
See, bro, Ben knew that. Jogo top 5. We already knew that. Jogo is him. Throwing tomatoes at you. Jogo. See, bro, you're a dumbass, and we hate you. Love to see it. I love to see the community coming together to hate on Kreams. You know what I mean? I love that. Be
nice, chat. He really.
Jogo is a goat. Jogo is a goat. Yeah, you can cope. You can cope if you want. Chat's throwing tomatoes at you.
Man, all I'm saying is,
we love to see it,
bro. Funky Monk's shoulder is not gonna be dry.
Okay, fair enough. You said your goat was in a box, right? How's that 3-year? How's that 3-year deprivation going for you? Not well, I see. Anywho,
all right, you went there.
Yep. Like,
fuck.
Bless you, buddy. Bless you. Yeah. Ooh, man. Kreams gets no diffed by Joe Goat. Oh, Joe Goat is crazy.
That is
I love
so
that.
Out of pocket for Joe Goat.
No. You're real as fuck. Hold on. I wanna thank you by like name. Hold on. The Schnoz, you're real as fuck. Because Joe Goat is being added into my repertoire.
I told you guys just want you to stop enabling him.
I want you to know, like, I seriously want you, like, personally to know that anytime I refer to Jogo as Joe Goat, that is a personal homage to the character and you, because you inspired me to say that. You're real. You're real.
Yo, no.
Justin William.
Really?
Thank you for the 2 tomato.
Oh my God.
You love to see it, bro. You love to see it. You're getting booed, bro.
Dude,
you're getting booed.
Let me ask you something. You ever think if Gege ever finds out about this fucking Miwa kills Kenjaku shit, he's gonna find out who you are and then purposely like have Sukuna kill her in like the most glorious way possible, or worse, Kenjaku doing it? Because like the upside, right, of this trade is Gege knows who you are and purposefully tailors the story around you. It's like that guy that made that comment about Urahime for Kubo.
Listen, if Gege takes the time out of his day and he's like, you know what, if this guy said this thing, I'm gonna spite him. That's okay. I'll just leave it as, Gege, I recommend you don't do that. My personal opinion.
I mean, you recommended he not do this. It doesn't seem like,
I didn't specifically recommend that though. I didn't foresee this at all.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, this wasn't even something I saw as like this superseded my foresight.
Yes. Speaking
Joe
of,
Goat and Megoat. Yeah.
yeah, did you ever have this in the bingo card? Like this is not what I was expecting with Gojo and with Sukuna and Megumi. Like for this to be how the like I never would have conceived that this was Sukuna's plan because it's just so.
In a vague direction, yes, but not the specifics.
Are you responding to me or something I
Yeah.
said? Oh, yeah.
No, what you said. In a vague direction, yes, but not the specifics.
Yes.
Perry,
What the?
15. Thank you for the
That is
$2. See,
insanity.
keep throwing tomatoes, chat. Y'all are goats. Y'all are goats, man. I love to see the tomatoes being thrown. Joe Goat and MKK. You get it,
You
bro.
could have
You
bought
get it.
a real tomato. Oh my god.
Yeah, bro. Yep. You love to see it. You love to see it. But yeah, so like in a vague direction, but not quite. Like I'd always kind of XTI7. Thank you for the 2 for another tomato. Y'all see, y'all are real. And I appreciate that. I appreciate your realness in my time of need. Um, yeah, yeah, man. It's just been great to see this. Um, but yeah, so like
Wow.
I've been kind of a big talking about Sukuna and Megumi, like they're like what is the word? Their parallels,
Mm,
like their similarities, like things like that. And I've
yeah.
been like there's for some reason Sukuna is gonna like show Megumi how a lot of shit is
Yeah.
done. I
But
think
not
is
like
and in like
this,
the open
dude.
space, but not like this. So like it's in the vague direction of like yeah, Sukuna's gonna go straight and then make a left, but I just didn't know what was behind that left turn. Um,
Yeah, I think Sukuna was
yeah.
hiding his cards pretty well. All things
Yeah.
considered, what do you think of the actual like from a objective or I guess like taking your emotional investment out of Megumi into consideration, right? What do you
hmm
think of the nature of Sukuna's like plan here or like his decision? Brilliant, like
Specify more. Like for to what end?
yeah, like first of all, to what end? Assuming like the end is something like fully resurrecting into his 20 finger form and not Yuji so he can like run amok back like now in the modern era like at his full power,
Mm,
assuming like that is the most basic goal I can theorize for Sukuna, right?
yeah.
Like what would you say if
Um,
like if that was the goal, right? Like going about it in this way.
yeah. Okay. I would say it's fine. Like I think he could have accomplished it just by being in UG, but I think he's going to like be guaranteed stronger in Megami. Like if he fully incarnates in 20 fingers. The the question would be sort of like why he doesn't seem to be someone that was like low on power that needed to like Kenjaku body hops,
Mm-hmm.
but he like he's not like Sukuna where like his base level of power incarnates into the next person, as far as we know at least. Like his
Yeah.
his his abilities, his combat abilities dependent on the person he's in. But for
Because
Sukuna, it kind of seemed to be like, yeah, it can vary, but like there is a base level of 20 fingers Sukuna's level of power, and the vessel can add to that. They can't really detract. So it's like, okay, I guess maybe you can think that Sukuna is like, okay, I got Gojo, I got maybe some other ops from the Heian period. But I'm like, you know, maybe they've been cooking something in the background. They've been adding some like they had Kenjaku add some extra sauce on their binding vow or something, right?
mm,
Um, like that's definitely a possibility. So I gotta like up my firepower too. Um, and to that end, I think it works just fine. I think from like a causing chaos and like being sadistic standpoint, pretty excellent. Like 5 stars, really well done. From that standpoint. And so I will say that. I will say that.
you love to see it. uh
hmm
I will I'll kind of add on with my take of like I think as long as Sukuna has fun with it, like it's in character, then his
hmm
ultimate goal, whether it is just to reincarnate, like it's a pretty simple goal, but like the kind of like subtext of that goal for me is like if 20 Finger Sukuna reincarnates into like a vessel that doesn't control him, he
hmm
wins. Like it is like Gojo out of the box, right? Like the world is at Sukuna's fingertips. like
Yeah.
they're presumably like for me the thing Gege's been like kind of setting up with Sukuna is like there is no situation where in a full resurrected 20 finger Sukuna like plus even stronger now that the fingers have been like resonating or whatever
hmm
is like that's it. That's a wrap for everybody. Like that is the end of the story. That is the end of the world, basically. Assuming Sukuna even wants to end the world. If he doesn't, like it is within, it is his choice. And I'm curious to see what decision he comes to.
I would generally agree.
Yeah. So I
Let me
guess
see. Ooh, man. This has been uh, whew.
I guess, man, I'm
I'm
very excited for how the rest of this pans out. I'm a little sad that Gege's like actually committing to this whole like ending the series nonsense. Again, I thought it was just a joke, right? Like I just thought it was like a good-natured ribbing between comrades. Um,
yeah. So I'll say this. I'm not like, I mean, okay. So I think he was serious about like the intention of ending, and I don't know if I mentioned it on stream. I probably did, but like I think that like I think it's 210 and 211 were both like pretty clear moving with haste modes. That's what I saw it as. But I will say I don't look at it as final arc territory until we get that like Jujutsu Kaisen is entering its final arc from like the
yeah,
Shonen Jump thing. I at least as of like
because like there's no way that like the alternative is that comment he made was the
is
announcement, and I just don't know how to feel
yeah.
about that. Yeah,
And well, the thing is, like, even with Horikoshi, we've seen that like he made comments about wanting to end, but he still had that official the final arc starts now thing.
yeah.
And King Naija, thank you for the 5. We need Gojo back ASAP. Sukuna and Kenjaku have gotten
Again,
too
too
many
many
dubs in
dubs. Yeah,
Shibuya.
dude, spit. Like literally, it.
Bro.
Dude, JJK villains are winning this arc, like straight up, like
Yeah, bro.
massive
I mean,
W's.
they win a lot, to be honest with you. Like they like it's kind of funny when you look at like the antagonists. Like, okay, they a lot of times they die or whatever,
Mm,
but when you look at like what the okay, so I think it started since like the Gojo flashback arc where Toji lost to Gojo in the end,
mm,
but he shot Rico. Like he killed the Star Plasma Vessel,
yeah,
and he made Tengen go into that double awakening. And then you go into Shibuya, Kenjaku got Gojo sealed up. Mahito killed Nanami, and I'll say this, incapacitated Nobara for a very, very long time, if not killed her. And he lost, and then Kenjaku came and said, "Okay, cooling games time." And I will say this: Kenjaku has gotten rid of he's gotten rid of Yuki. Chosu's got PTSD. The merger seems to be ready. Sukuna killed dozens of people in Shibuya. And he's got Megumi's body now. So I will say this: the villains have been on a hot
hot streak.
streak.
Yeah,
They've
like
been on a
bro.
winning streak,
And
bro.
I thought like the sorcerers winning all their fights in the prelims was like something, but like
Mhm.
man, the
Yeah,
level of
you know what? It's
victories do
funny.
not
Yeah,
compare.
yeah, it's funny because we were talking like I remember like in the chapter, it's like, oh, I was thinking that the Kashima versus Hakari win was gonna be like, oh, we're gonna get a win for the antagonist, and it's gonna be like the heel turn of the story. No, this the since Kenjaku like got the murder thing, that's been the heel turn where the antagonists have been taking W's.
Yep.
Also, Dex, thank you for the 5. I'm praying we get a Sukuna prequel manga after the JJK one ends.
Did,
I think we could just get a flashback within the context of the story, if I'm being completely honest with you.
mm,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah,
Gege is a villain enthusiast. They stay winning forever. You get it, bro.
yeah.
Like
Like, okay,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So like,
Go.
not everyone does, but like the general idea of the antagonist winning in a lot of arcs has been kind of perpetuated for a little while.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know, it's funny to think that like, so little personal update here for everyone involved, including you, because this chapter came out and we haven't had a chance to talk about it. I caught up with Chainsaw Man. I could finally, stop getting the whole you got to read part one before reading part two things again, because that was getting a little old, you know.
Bro said that was getting a little old, but didn't read the story. Yeah, okay.
Anyway, so Chainsaw Man had a happy ending as far as I'm concerned. And
Yeah, you're insane.
no. Aki and Power aside,
You can't say Aki and Power. Those are Denji's best friends. Like, yeah, Yuji, like JJK has a good ending. Everybody's dead, but those people aside, Yuji's alive.
like
What are we doing?
Denji has like a new reason for living. He's out here like exploring new things, like living his best life. In spite of that, he's gonna try to find power again. It's a whole thing, right? The thing that I'm surprised by is he beat the villain. Like like more or less, right? Like Denji just like he 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 had a pretty traditional outcome as far as battle shonen protagonists go. He beat her. Like he won, and sure, the thing with Chainsaw Man is that there were casualties in the fight, and that like he suffered greatly. You know, he didn't power of friendship his way out of it, but like he still won. With JJK, right? It doesn't feel like they're gonna win. Uh, it seems like
It it it,
the
it
only
felt like he
path
was
to
gonna
victory,
win.
no, the only path to victory for JJK, honestly, seems to just be, remember that thing Gege said of like either everybody dies except for one person, or one person dies and then everybody else lives.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm starting to take a side, like not like a side of like preference, but like a side of, hey, I think Gege's leaning towards one more than the other.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. To me, saying Chainsaw Man had a happy ending is uh like mental asylum work, to be honest. But I'm gonna let you rock on that.
Damn, not even a
Yeah.
congratulations, bro. You have no like,
N-
really? You've been trying to get
I,
me to read Chainsaw Man for a while now.
have I been getting? No, I've been trying to dissuade you from reading part two without reading part one.
That's the same thing.
No, it is not. Mm-mm-mm.
Damn, that's
Mm-mm-mm.
crazy. You wouldn't want me to read Chainsaw Man? That's
I
wild,
mean,
bro.
I Chainsaw, like you reading Chainsaw Man is like cool. It's a good series, but it's not one of my agenda pushes, right? Like
Really?
if I'm just to be real, no. I like Chainsaw Man a lot. Like it's a 9 out of 10 for me. But there are some series that like I like less that are more agenda pushes, and
Hmm.
there are some series I like more that are more agenda pushes. Like some series I just want other people to read more than others. And now I'm mostly messing with you here, but you have you considered that if you're looking at the ending as happy, you may have gotten some bleachitis.
What do you mean?
Um well, you know how you felt about Bleach at first,
Yeah.
and how your opinions have been we'll say
Yeah, but
fixed.
but like I enjoyed my reread of Chainsaw Man thoroughly. Like I don't have a complaint, right? Like I
Interesting,
yeah, I just
interesting.
like I like that it had the ending that it had.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Um,
No, like my
yeah.
interpretation is just that it was like happy for a character like Denji, right? Because like as far as I'm concerned, right, getting out of like the place he was in, uh, having some kind of growth and character development, even with it being this tragic and being set up by the main villain, right? It, you know, after beating them, it's like, yeah, dude, you're free. The gangsters are dead. The main villain is no longer like holding you on this leash, literally and metaphorically. Uh,
Mhm.
so you're finally free. Like to and power and uh the other devil, like that's, they're still out there kicking, like presumably. Aki definitely a L there. Not even gonna lie to you. Like Aki's just tragic. Like he's fully dead. Um, Spoilers, I guess. Although like the future devil just kind of tells you that he's going to whatever. I thought it
Bro,
was,
do not care about Chainsaw Man anime only. He said, "Fuck y'all for real."
dude, I like I said, I just thought Denji had a happy ending.
Hey man, you are technically allowed to think that. I will say that. You certainly are
Dog,
exercising your free will.
Denji's out here like trying to come out as Chainsaw Man, like he's taking care of her. You know who I'm talking about. He's going out on dates, like he's learning new things, he's saving up for college. Like I don't know, like I'm happy for him.
Yeah. I'm happy that you're happy for him, man.
That's so wild, man. It don't make what I just said sound like tragic.
I- I'm not making anything sound like anything, bro. Like, listen, if you're happy for him, I'm happy that you're happy for him. Um, yeah, yeah.
Damn, come out as Chainsaw Man. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what he's trying to do. Imagine if
Hmm.
Rick gave Percy a happy ending and his and his Sally dying. Like that's kind of mental. You'll probably be able to answer that better than me.
I don't want to think about that. So, I
Is
will. Listen, Percy's had enough tragedy. I don't like the idea of it getting worse. It will, duh, if the story continues, but I don't like that
I'm
idea.
sure you already know this, but it wrapped filming. You excited?
Of, of course I am. Don't ask me a stupid question like that. All right. Um, Unless you want a 2 hour derailment of Percy Jackson talk, I suggest you rein it in, buddy. Nah, but yes, I am.
Awesome. Uh, by the way, guys, I don't know if we're like winding down here, but I just wanted to like say it at some point because like I'm seeing probably some new faces. We do this every week. The JJK Weekly Shonen Jump reviews, Black Clover, My Hero, and Honored One's podcast. Greatest
Mhm.
podcast on earth. Tell them, uh, subscribe. Yeah, that was a. Can you run that back for me? Just.
Run it back for you. Listen, if you want to hear me make fun of this guy more live, like listen and talk about JJK, My Hero, Black Clover stuff. I mean, yeah, subscribing will probably be in your best interest. We talk about this every Sunday, or I mean, even when chapters don't drop, we'll probably come up with some good
Yeah,
discussions on anime and manga for you
yeah.
guys. And
The
also, yes, I am a huge Percy Jackson fan. Like, okay, to contextualize it really quickly without going too crazy, I like Percy Jackson more than I like any other anime and like than any anime and manga, and I love a lot of anime and manga.
yeah,
So, yeah, I'm a pretty big fan.
love to see it,
24-hour stream? Yeah, whew,
dude.
yeah,
But
you're wild.
that's not happening. Well,
Ever.
no, it's not happening without your guys' intervention. I'm not going to tell you an exact number or goal because, like, I want to give us here. I want to give us some breathing room before we commit to any kind of number. Because if I say something like, "This is not me being coy," all right, this is literally just an example. All right, chat, behave. If I say something like, "Oh, 5,000 subscribers or 10,000 subscribers," and we'll do a 24-hour stream, right? I'm a little
Mhm.
concerned. Like, I'll appreciate, if it's expeditious, obviously, right? It'll be neat.
Yeah. Hmm.
But damn, dude, y'all are gonna be chasing, trying to like push us to the finish line there. To put it lightly.
um, let's see. Final chapter of JJK 24-hour stream. Now, I will say this, like I'm not guaranteeing anything, but what would be cool, just conceptually, not a promise, not anything like that, just a fun idea. Like if like a week or two, maybe like a little bit after JJK's final chapter ends, like we go on stream and we do like a big like just like not like a review, but just like a nice like a look back appreciation of the series. You know what I mean? Like a just like, damn, wasn't it crazy when this happened and whatever. I think that something like that would be cool. Now, I don't know if that show will come out to 24 hours because that's kind of wild. But oh nah, Melon Lord, listen, I gave you a chance. Hakari over Percy Jackson. Gotta get timed out, buddy. Get
Uh,
going. You'll be back in 5.
Sufferance a new Honored Ones member, huh?
Hmm.
You
PJ
actually
videos
timed him
when?
out. That's crazy.
Yeah, I gave him a chance. He said something. I think he said something negative about Megumi, but I was like, you know what? You're real. You show up regularly, right? But I told him he's on thin ice. He's got one more chance. He wasted it on saying Hakari over
You
Percy.
mean the
Yeah, okay.
goat, bro? Melon Lord, I'm so sorry for
Okay.
this.
Let me leave the
No, no,
Discord
no,
real
hold
quick.
on,
Hold
hold
on.
on, hold on, hold on. Let's not. Oh, Caliber X4, thank you for the 2. Denji got the best ending he could get. You get it, bro. You know ball. Thank you.
Best ending you could get is different than happy ending because if Yuji's alive and everybody else is dead, and like nobody could have stopped
That's a
that,
bad
then yeah,
ending.
that'll be the best. That'll be the best ending he could have gotten. But that doesn't mean it's a good ending. Those two things are different.
Also, Liv, that Apple in the Garden of Eden tweet, it did not go unseen. Insane, absolutely insane thing to say. And Landa, I saw your message too. All right. Yeah. Oh my god. What is? Everybody's like trying to test me this month.
Asked you this month. What do you mean about this month? What's so interesting about this month? Hmm?
Month of
Hmm?
love, dude.
A month of love. Interesting. That doesn't seem to be what this month is dedicated for. Did you not remember?
What are you talking about,
Did,
dude?
did it slip your mind? Oh, what am I talking? So you don't know. So you just magically forget. Okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. So let me tweet something out. I have a couple
Wait.
recordings and some Twitter
Wait, no,
screenshots.
I just
No, no,
remembered.
no, no. Oh, what is it?
It's damn.
Uh, Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, let me tweet. Let me send this up.
Boy.
Um, and since I still want ammunition for later, I'll just tweet one of the crazier ones.
One of
Um,
okay, okay.
yeah, yeah. I'll just send the Ghetto and Frieza one. Yep.
Listen, bro. Listen, chat. I could explain that one.
Yeah, no, he can't. He literally, not the one I'm going to show them. There is literally no explanation. Zero.
Wait.
Yeah. You're cooked. Well, you're right. There is one explanation.
No. Listen, bro. How have I ever told you? Hmm.
Can't say anything nice, interesting. Is it that white clothing in your closet that's keeping you from saying something nice to me?
No, I actually prefer to go out in like all black or all colored, cause like
Colored? What'd you call me? What'd you say? You called me a what?
oh my god.
You called me a what? A
Oh my
what?
god, Cream says he no, I'm not reading that one out loud.
He
Y'all
said
look
he
up.
hates melanin. He hates melanated
Nope.
people. I think I heard that too. I think he said Hakari is quote one of the good ones.
What
I think I remember him saying that too. I think yeah. I remember that. What is your preferred shape of hood, Kreams?
um
Pointed, pointed, pointed.
mind you, he still hasn't watched Black Panther, I bet. I haven't watched the sequel yet.
Oh,
But the
wow.
first one was
Bro
a
said,
classic, bro. Honestly,
yeah,
dude,
yeah.
the
You're
first
faking. You're pandering.
no, dude, the first Black Panther was a masterpiece of cinematic
So
storytelling.
why haven't you watched the second one since it was so good?
It just the first one is so good. I don't want to tarnish any kind of opinion I have of like the
Well, why aren't you
original.
willing to give it a chance?
I could never. I wouldn't dare. You know.
You wouldn't dare watch a film with black people in it again? Interesting.
I mean,
Silk or
no.
cotton
Oh my god,
creams?
dude. I was gonna say some crazy shit. No, I was actually gonna say like a fucking. Nah, bro. No, you almost
Yeah,
actually.
no. What were you gonna
No,
say? What
no,
were
no.
you gonna say? Because see, chat. I want you to remember this, right? Creams just when talking about black people just thinks of like crazy off the wall shit. Like him, just the thought of a black person. He's like, I just gotta see something out of pocket. Isn't
Bro,
that interesting?
listen. All I'm saying is, BR. Okay, you write fan fiction of Frieza all the time. You know how easy it just comes to
No,
you
I
just to
don't.
think of his dialogue.
Nope. If you want to go down this road, I will tweet it out. So I want you to be very careful. I want you to be very careful talking about Frieza. Coming from you, talking about Frieza?
Fine. We are a JJK podcast. I'll talk about Ghetto.
Oh, okay. I got you. I'll tweet
No,
it
no, no,
out for
no,
you.
no, hold on, hold
No,
on.
no,
I was kidding.
no,
No, bro, it was a joke. It
It's
was a
too
joke.
late for you.
I was
It's
being
too
ironic.
late.
No, dude,
You're done
it was
for.
satire, bro.
It was satire, huh? Yeah, well, I'm gonna satirically post this on Twitter. All right, there you go, buddy. Yeah.
No,
It's
hold on.
over for you. It's over for you.
Wait. Let's
Uh,
not jump to conclusions here, man.
no conclusions. No conclusions will be jumped to. No conclusions will be jumped to. Only screenshots will be shown.
Liv got rights? Are you? Oh my god! Stop!
What?
Stop!
Wait, did you say Liv got rights in
No.
surprise?
Oh my
Wow,
god!
that's
Oh my god!
insane. Chad, did you hear the inflection in which he asked that question? Like it was like that shouldn't be happening right now. Like that shouldn't be. Creams the programmer is insane.
Dude,
Oh,
no,
that
that's
shit is.
actually out of pocket. Hold on, who the fuck said
That's
that?
so that's fucking wild. That's an insane. Like Creams is a Zoro fan. He is.
Dude, Zoro's the
Um.
best character. I'm just kidding, bro. It's Sanji.
Okay. Yeah. Clip that. Clip that. Clip that. Clip that. Clip.
No, everybody knows it's
Sanji. Interesting. What do you like about Sanji? Huh?
the way he, the way he treats everybody equally.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. Um,
Listen,
you're done for. You're done for. You're packed up.
bro, I love it. You pick Zoro, you're racist. You pick Sanji, you're a misogynist.
Correct. You could just pick a good character.
But damn, they're my. Nah, I'm not gonna say it. But I will. I will say. Oh, Luffy. Luffy's cool. How many K's do you spell?
I think it's 3. Um,
No,
yeah, I think he said it was 3.
I'm a man of the
Yeah.
people. Okay. I.
Of which people though?
I'm a hero. Okay.
Oh, for which people though?
I'm a trailblazer.
For which people?
All people.
All people. Give me some demographics.
I'm a uniter. I don't notice that
Oh,
kind
a
of frequent.
colonizer, you said? Sorry? A colonizer?
What?
You said you're pro colonization?
Kreams Zenin is crazy. Who's Toby?
Yeah.
Who's Toby Rama?
Oh, Toby Rama, yeah. Just someone you look up to a lot.
I don't know who that is. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sure you don't, man. And you definitely aren't familiar with the White Hood. Mm-hmm. Um,
Okay,
yeah.
Prince Manic, that's too much. Dial it back.
Luffy does indeed hit women.
Oh, okay. I thought he said
That's too
me.
much.
Thought he said me. Okay, I was gonna say.
Well,
Because I'm seeing my name all
bro,
over it,
bro,
bro.
bro can't read.
Liv, are you good? Did I do something to you? Like, is it like
Yeah. Remember we talked before stream. She was like, "Can I come on the pod?" You're like, "No, I don't like
I
women." That's what she said.
literally never said. I said come on the pod. I even gave her a spot. She wants to come on the pod right now. Liv. I like.
Nah, it's too late to pander, buddy. Look at you scrambling. You're sounding more like a cross. Oh my, a cross blazer is insane. Oh my god. Oh my god. Kreams, how did it go so wrong for you? I think it was when you started disrespecting Jogo that like this all went downhill. Funnily enough.
Cream's letting that.
Uh,
Oh my god.
oh my. Oh shit. Yeah.
You know,
Ooh. Um.
real fans would know that I can't grow facial hair. So.
Unlike his idol, he'll never have the iconic mustache.
Oh my god. Okay, I think we found a nice, calm,
Oh,
serene.
stopping point. Interesting.
Unless Liv wants to speak her. No. I'm going way too close to the sun here. I gotta dial it back. Sternritter Kreams.
Stern Ritter Creams, huh? Stern Ritter Creams.
Bro,
Yeah, dude, that's tough.
dude, I feel you salivating over there. You're just taking notes right now.
Dude, the amount of clips I just got from this is hilarious. Um, yeah, it all makes sense now. Yeah, bro is Creams is in Eisen would be so disappointed.
Dude,
Um,
I not the homie, bro.
yeah. Cream's the type of guy to not think Maki is on Toji's level. Yeah, bro, you probably do think that like Maki's weaker because she doesn't have testosterone or like as much as him or something. Like,
Dude,
no, men have to be stronger. Yeah, okay, you're done for.
hold on. If let's what? Bro, sorry.
Dude,
The reason I'm not like protesting more is because I'm remembering Liv's alpha estrogen comment. Okay, Perry, really?
thank you for the two. Oh my god.
Hashtag free creams.
Listen,
Thank you.
I'll say this. I won't cook him on stream for a month, and I'll like if he drops I'll say 4 though. For me to not cook him, for me to like not do what is so like natural for me, he's gonna have to go above and beyond.
Bro.
Because like chat, some quick lore, I'm not supposed to be here. Cream's actually like got on his hands and knees and like literally begged for me to join. Because he didn't hold up his end of the bargain. So I decided, you know what? Arise.
Listen, bro. I've been in the lab. All right. I got some things in the works.
Are they gonna come out soon?
I hope so.
I hope so. Oh, Ty Willie,
Really?
it's basic
Oh my
biology.
God.
See, I know you're locked. Oh, so maybe I don't know, but it's funny because like you may be quoting the exact thing that fucking comment I posted on Twitter said, bro, because that was pretty fucking accurate.
Did you
I had
actually
to be here
post
for
it?
this chapter. That's correct. I posted. No, not your misogynistic and racist stuff. I'm keeping that for the Creams is canceled
Oh my
documentary.
Why I don't work.
But
with
like I'm
Kreams.
talking about somebody. When I said that Maki was on Toji's level, people were like, "It can't be that way. Toji has testosterone. It's basic biology."
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. BR was here for this chapter, not for Creams. Xenolith, you understand. You get it. You absolutely get it.
Yeah, this podcast unfortunately has become like a type of therapy for him.
Yeah. It's become an expose for you.
Dude, the second I see
Yeah.
zoom in of my face with like exposed and red, it's over. Like, Dude, I'm knocking on wood. Oh my god. You have a whole
Uh,
folder. Why
Um,
did I push so hard?
yeah, I don't
Ugh.
know, man. Like, I'm gonna be a little bit more creative with the thumbnail. Don't you worry. I'm gonna have some of your idols show up in there.
D the
But
man.
yeah,
What the fuck? Just eh,
yeah, man.
wait. The
Yeah, dude, you're getting torn to bits.
okay.
You gotta say something the community will like, bro. You gotta come out here and like. How about this? You know what? You know what we mentioned? You know what we mentioned? Like what was the thing in chain? What was supposed to happen when somebody said in chain? Do you remember, Creams? Do you happen to remember? I think it was a conversation we had like 2 days ago. I don't know if you remember. I really don't. I really don't. Um, do you? Do you?
Remind me what the stakes are again.
Mm, everything goes.
Okay.
Everything goes.
All right, chat.
Sorry, we couldn't hear you. Say it louder.
Miwa
A
kills
little.
Kenjaku.
You'll love to see it. You'll love to hear it, chat.
Ugh.
You'll love to hear it. You'll love to hear it, chat.
Y'all
All
have
right.
no idea what it took for him to get that out of me.
Oh, I mean, just one little code word. I mean, what could go wrong with that? Um, Chat, if one of you guys could clip that for me and then like send it at me on Twitter with it, I would really appreciate that. That's going to be like extremely useful. Um,
Yeah, thanks for coming
so
out, everyone.
yeah.
Like, subscribe. We'll see you next week.
Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, no, that's hilarious. Someone, if you're willing to clip that, send that to me.
What?
At me with it. That's gonna be great. The Miwako Kenjaku clip. It's just great to know. Oh, you guys didn't hear him? Oh, okay. Creams, can you say it one more time? Some people seem to have not heard you say it. Could you could you speak up?
All right, guys. Well, look. Would you look at the time here?
Oh, no. It's okay. We can push it off for however long you need to muster up the strength to speak your truth.
Miwa kills Kenjaku.
I can't really hear you.
I
That's
hate
kind of
you
crazy.
so much. Oh my god.
Sorry.
Okay, Miwa kills Kenjaku. All right, goodbye, everybody.
Let's go. All right, we
Like,
got 3 different admittances.
all right,
Let's go.
like and
Let's go. Let's
subscribe.
go.
All right, just tell them to like and subscribe. You fucking.
Appreciate you guys all coming out here. We're gonna in next episode we're gonna obviously have the chapters, but more bullying on next Sunday. So hope to see you guys there. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Hope to see you in the next episode.
See ya.